Okay, guys, sorry, Maccabee. I am back today with Darren Little, and today we're going to talk about Cryp Trade Capital. Okay, now a lot of you guys, join this opportunity. There might be a few people on here that are brand new to the opportunity, so I'm going to walk everybody through everything. Okay, literally, this is probably going to be the most in-depth thing that we've done on Cryp Trade to date. And I want to walk you through everything so you guys get it and you'll understand the entire process. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to cover, guys, is we're going to talk about the sign up process. Okay. Because we're still having a little bit of issues with this, and I want to make sure that we get this right. So people, when they first come on, you can actually coach them properly and make sure that you're showing them the right stuff. So let me share my screen and let me come on over here to Cryp Trade Capital to the sign up page. Okay. So the first thing, people are going to want to enter an email. I'm going to encourage you to tell them to use a Gmail, guys. Okay, use a Gmail. Then you're going to enter a password. You're going to enter a username, which is basically only good for your login. It's only for your login. You don't use it anywhere else. It's not in any of the links. It's not in anything. Then you're going to enter your last name, your first name. You're going to enter your phone number. Now, if you're in the United States, it's +1, and then your phone number. Like I'm in the Philippines, so it's +63 because that's my country code, and then it's my phone number. Okay, and then you got to change this all the way down here as well, so you actually have the country that you're in. Now, some of these countries are a little bit hard to find, so one of the things I like to do is United Kingdom is one of them that's hard to find. So if you start typing, you just click in that little box and then you backspace, then you can type and you can come down and you can find some of the harder ones to do. Then you're going to click on register. Now, obviously, I'm not going to do that because I'm already registered, but I am going to bring you over here on this side. I'm going to log in. And the next step that you're going to do is, once you've got it all, you're going to go ahead and do the login process and verify your email, okay? Then you're going to come over to profile settings, okay? Here's the thing, guys. When you're in here, in the very beginning, it's got SMS notifications enabled. It's got editing enabled. Leave that enabled. Do not change it to disabled, okay? Do not do it until your profile is 100% completely filled out. So what you're going to do from that point, guys, you're going to click on profile settings. You're going to have to come back, add your Skype name if you want, add your country, add your city in here because that's going to be missing is your city. And then you're going to click on the payment. Okay, now, a lot of you guys are asking me, what wallet should I use? Okay, and I'm going to tell you up front, I like to use Exodus wallet for this. And the reason being is, number one, it's got both inside here, it's got both Bitcoin and Ethereum. You just basically click right here, hit receive. You can copy and paste this right into your box over here. Do the same process, for your Ethereum wallet. Okay, when you get your wallet address in here, here's what's beautiful about this. You own the private keys in this wallet. This wallet is actually on your computer. So once you get a little Bitcoin in it, then you got to go through the backup process, put an email in, a password in, and then you've got to write down the 12 to 15 different words that are basically what's called the seed of the wallet. That's very important information, guys, okay? I will tell you up front, the moment you get the email from Cryp Trade Capital billing department saying you've been paid, within 30 to 45 minutes, your money will be completely confirmed and in your Bitcoin wallet inside Exodus. It's that fast. The other thing is, I sent money from Exodus for a guy the other night. It took 35 minutes for it to show up, hit his wallet in the back office, meaning that it showed up in the dashboard in 35 minutes. Okay, now that's remarkable because if you've done this before, you already know it can take up to 30 hours. This wallet has been extremely, extremely fast. Okay, so
$900
hey, hold up a second, guys. Some of you guys are coming in. Let me mute you real quick. Okay, so once you have your money in your wallet right here, and it shows right here. Once you've loaded it, you've done a replenish, okay? Once you've done the replenish, the money will show up in the wallet, okay? Let's talk about replenish real quick because I just did this the other day, so I'm going to click on this one. Once you guys have filled out this information, okay, here's the thing. A lot of you will come to this page and you will stop right here. Please don't do that because the number right here on the amount of BTC, it might be different on this next page. And this is the page that really matters because this is the coin payments page. This is the company that actually receives all of the funds. So I've had a lot of people say to me, Ari, I sent money in, but my transaction got canceled. The money came back to me. Here's why. You didn't go far enough. You didn't go to this page. If you go to this page and you scan this barcode, it should exactly enter this amount of Bitcoin right here, into the transaction, and it should automatically set it up to send right here. Once you send it, all it has to do is go through and get 2 confirmations. Now, this is a dummy. I didn't actually send this money in. I just did this to show somebody this morning on a transaction. If you do this, what I'm going to tell you is this is accurate. Your money will show up in your wallet. It will show up in your back office. And once it's got 2 confirms, within 30 minutes, you should actually see that money right here on your dashboard in Wallet USD, okay? So let me show you right here. It should be right here. This is where it should show up. So if your money's here, you're not done. The next step is to click on investments and actually buy an investment, okay? So it doesn't matter how much money you send in. If you're buying a standard, a mega, or a VIP, it's all the same deal. Okay, if you're buying a mega, you click right here. You click on buy mega. If you're buying a standard, you're going to click here, buy standard. Buy VIP, you're going to buy here, okay? Whatever you buy is automatically going to show up right down here on an investment line, okay? So people ask me this all the time because they get confused on it. They say, hey, Art, I thought you said we get paid every day. Well, I'm not seeing any money because they're waiting for it to show in the wallet. That's not where it shows. It shows right here. So what you're going to notice is I've got $64.90 in profit off of this 15-day cycle right here. You can actually take a look at it by clicking on transactions, and you're going to notice right here, okay, I made $5.90 to start it on the 15th because that's when your cycles, they end and they show up. So the 15th, everything from all the way up to the 14th will show up on my wallet. The 15th starts a new cycle. So you make $5.90. That's your payday, okay? Your total for running total is $590. $590, running total now is $1180. $590, running total is now $1770. $590, running total is now $2360. That's how this works. You can see it. It's very transparent. If this is ever late, please don't freak out because here's the thing. Sometimes it is a little late because they manually post all of this, okay? When that happens, don't stress over it. Okay, you're going to get your money. I've had a million people do this where they post something in the group and 2 hours later it shows up. Please be patient. Okay, all that does is create panic. Okay, this company's paid every single person has agreed. Every single transaction. I haven't seen or heard anybody that actually hasn't got paid. Now, there's one exception to that. Okay, BaFin inside Germany. Let's cover this real quick. Let me stop sharing. BaFin inside Germany, which is their financial authority, basically put a block on Cryp trade capital. They were unable to pay people, okay? Same thing happened now just in Italy, okay? Because they were actually paying people in cash, which makes them under the regulatory commissions of those 2 states or those 2 countries. So what they did is they went back and they changed their payouts to Bitcoin and Ethereum only. That's why they're doing this, guys. They're doing that because they can circumvent the law there and allow to get back to paying people. So now everybody's getting paid again, okay? I know this for a fact because my guy that introduced me to this is actually from Germany, okay? That's where he's from. So he actually, once they made the switch, he started getting paid again. You got to be aware of everything that's going on over there because there are different laws throughout the world that, obviously require different requirements, and they're trying to meet each and every one of them. The one thing that I'm very happy about this thing pays like clockwork, guys, okay? Do I trust this 100%? Absolutely hell no, okay? Let me just cover that and say that to you one more time. I don't trust any program 100%. Darren and I went through hell. We've had people lie to us, show us fake proof, show us everything under the sun. What I've started to do is, number one, I require proof of work, okay? They've given us the proof of trading. They've showed us this, okay? They've also went out and bought Bitcoin ATM machines. Now they're in the process of buying Bitcoin mining machines, and I know this for a fact because I actually know the company they're negotiating with, and the rep for that company was here in Manila not 2 weeks ago. I was hanging out with him. The guy's made $100 million in Bitcoin, okay? So I know that's happening. I know they're negotiating and with this company trying to get it. I also know that they had an agreement in place with a company called GS Mining in Russia. But that company was taking too big of a slice of the pie, so they terminated that agreement in order to proceed to actually try to buy mining equipment from Bitfury, okay? If that comes to fruition, they'll be in the mining business, they'll get a larger chunk of the commissions, and they'll basically be able to make this a very profitable situation for us to add mining to this company. That, to me, is long-term stability, guys. Once you hit the mining space, you've hit in a whole different realm because Mining is less risk. It's very stable. You can last forever and ever and ever. I mean, we can last, guys, all the way up to the last Bitcoin's mined. So that to me is exciting, because that tells us we could have a program that could be here for the next, 40, 50 years easy. That would be remarkable. Okay, now let's see what else I got on this agenda that I want to cover with you guys. Okay, let's talk about how to buy Bitcoin. Okay, because that's a big, people are having problems still, guys. Okay, so first off, if you're in the United States and you're buying Bitcoin, it's going to take you a little bit of time if you follow what I'm going to tell you, but this is also going to allow you to launch your business in the stratosphere. Go to Gemini.com and set up an account, okay? Gemini.com is a regulated exchange. It's based in New York, okay? The reason I like this is you bank wire money in, okay? When you do the transaction, it locks the price in. So let's say last week when it dropped to like 3,400 or 3,300 or something like that, you could have bought it at 3,400. It went back up to $4,000. You would have never paid the $4,000. You still would have paid the 3,300 because they lock your price in based on the time you're doing, and then they release it at the lower price when your wire hits. So you actually could have made $700 on your Bitcoin like that. Very, very, very quick, guys. Gemini is a wonderful tool, regulated. Again, it's owned by the Winklevoss twins that were, one of the original people in Facebook, if you know the whole story there. It's stable. It's not going anywhere. Okay, the other one I like also is Uphold.com. That's very good for people throughout the world. Like if you're in Europe, I like Bitpanda. Bitpanda.com has been very good. I also like, for smaller amounts, xcoins.io. I like CoinMama. That's a pretty good one. If you're in a part of the world, though, that's kind of unique, you want to go to localbitcoins.com, look up and try to find a place that sells Bitcoin in your area. Now, that's a key, guys, right there, because if you can find it in your own area, it's much easier for you to buy, okay? Now, I know, like Vitaly, for instance, he was like, he couldn't find no place, and then all of a sudden he goes to local Bitcoins. He found out they had an exchange in Israel. He walked in and bought it. It became a very simple process for him, okay? Once you can actually do that, you're in the driver's seat, guys. The other way you can walk in and buy it is by going to coinatmradar.com. Coinatmradar.com. The reason I like this, number one, it's fast and it's almost instant, okay? If you walk up and you got your right identification, like a passport, driver's license, you've got, a copy of your bill proving where you live, and you can document all your information, and you can bring cash. You can basically insert cash and get out Bitcoin within a matter of 20 or 30 minutes. Very quick process. Scan it right into your wallet and go home with it in hand. Now, I've had somebody do that, I know, for over 20K. There are some machines that allow you to do up to $100,000 a day. You just got to be smart and make sure that you're meeting all the KYC requirements, okay? The other one I like still is coinsbank.com. It's a little tedious process. Again, you got to get level 4 verified and so on and so forth. Once you've done that, you can buy it with a credit card or buy it with a bank wire, okay? So that's how you buy Bitcoin, guys. Once you have it, then obviously you're going to sign up. You're going to fund your account, okay? If I were doing it myself, I'd be doing it with Exodus because it's faster in and out, okay? The other thing I like with Exodus, I use my Trezor, I use a Ledger wallet. Those are what I store my Bitcoins in, meaning those are the things that I just set them there in my hold pattern, okay? Because remember, in Bitcoin, you can make money in 3 ways. You can buy it and hold it. That means you're just going to hang on and let for the price to go up. So again, I use Exodus, Trezor, and I use a Ledger wallet to buy and hold, okay? And then I have an active wallet, meaning that's my wallet that I'll take and I'll pay bills out of. I use the spending capital in that. I keep about $100,000, maybe $150,000 in there. That's Coins PH for me, okay? Some of you guys might use Coinbase for that because Coinbase is fine for that, okay? You also could use Uphold.com or BitPay, or you could use CryptoPay and get debit cards attached to these things. These things are all wonderful tools, okay? Now, inside Cryp Trade itself, okay, I want you to understand you can make money passively and actively. That's over and above how you can make money with Bitcoin. Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, you make money buying it and holding it, trading it, and then mining it. Those are the 3 ways. That's it, okay? If you guys are going to basically make money inside Cryp Trade, though, you make it passively or you make it actively. So let's talk about that real quick, and let's run through that process again so you guys can see how that looks to the average person, okay? When you guys are doing an investment, if you want to make money passively, okay, you know, obviously passively means you're putting in more money because the money is what's going to give you your return. If you're going to work it actively, that means you're going to get more referrals and you're going to be able to put in a little less money to get the same or similar, or even maybe better results. Okay, so let's take a look over here on the VIP. On the VIP, if you put in $10,000 to $20,000, you make 0.99% per day, 29.7% per month, 361.35% per year. Okay, that on this package, it takes 101 days to earn your investment back. Okay, on this package, okay, $5,000 to $9,999, you make 0.79% per day, 23.7% per month, 288.35% per year. Okay, and you're going to take about 126 and a half days or 127 days to make your money back here. Okay, on the standard package, you're going to get 0.59% profit per day, 17.7% per month, 215.35% per year. It's going to take you about 169 days to get your profit back or get your money back, okay? But here's the brilliance, guys. Look, okay, when you come down here, this is very transparent. So you can see on 10,000, I'm about to get to the 30 days. I will have made $99 a day times, 30 days basically, okay? That's what will happen when this thing is all said and done. Okay, and if you guys basically follow through and you're doing this on a 10K, every 10K makes you basically roughly $3,000 a month. So I've got guys that have done literally $100,000 in this now that are making, $990 a day. They're making an insane amount of money, guys. An insane amount of money, okay? On the Mega, okay, you're going to make $39.50 a day at 5K. You can see right here, $434.50. I make about $3,700 passively on the 30th, and I make another $731 or so on the 15th, okay? Pure passive off $16,050 investment, and I'm about to invest a little bit more money in this, okay? It's going extremely well. Same thing on your standard plan. Standard plan, when I started 1,000, I made $5.90 a day. You can see that's exactly what it is. I already showed you over here. On the $50, it's so tiny, I don't even know what it is. It's just small, guys. But I just did this $50 to activate my Ethereum wallet. That's all I did. Okay. Let me come back over here. So these are the things that we're going through. I want to make sure we don't miss any of them. Okay. So how to buy Bitcoin. So you're paid out. Okay. So let's talk about, that's your passive way of earning income. So your active way of earning income. This is the most important part I can tell you guys. Okay, look, when you see my numbers, I started working this on April 10th or April 11th. Okay, I put in 448 people. Okay, 3,604 people basically visited my website, took a look at it. But my team has grown exponentially. I mean, gosh, guys, I'm really proud of some of you. Some of you guys that are on this call today, I'm going to be bringing out in here in a little bit, but you can see these numbers. 1,708 people on my second team. 1,529 people here, 2,125 people here, 1,155 here, 594 people here, 334. This team right now is just starting to grow at 126, 95, and now 35. This is becoming remarkable. The amount of people that are really, really growing this business. Very impressed with what you guys have done. The opportunity you guys have put forth. You can see, actually, look at my volume. Guys, it's been crazy. My personals put in 777,000. Well, look what's happened to Team 2, Team 3, Team 4. Guys, it's been crazy. This is what's happening right now in my career. I was $734,000 last week away from hitting my goal. I'm now $341,000. I've literally done half that in 1 week. If I do it again, this week I'll hit the $180,000 bonus, or I'll hit it next week, which means I will average, guys, $85,000 a month since the day I joined this. The moment that bonus hits, that's what that means. It's going to put me well over 80 grand. So you guys want to make sure that you're working and you're helping your team, because that's why this has grown. That's exactly why. And you're going to hear from some guys on my team today that we're going to bring out and let them talk about it, and let them talk about the event real quick and everything else. Now, here's how that happened. Okay, I want to paint a picture for you guys so you understand. Okay, Darren and I have talked about this, and I'm going to actually bring you through all of this. Okay, you can see I wrote it out right here, Facebook copy and paste campaign. Okay, Now, this is something that we're sharing with you. Okay, now I've talked about this once before, but I'm going to do it again. Okay, you can see I haven't been posting a lot about business lately because I've been taking a break just trying to heal. So I'm going to take you on down to where I was talking about business so you guys can actually see this whole process. What I do when I post anything, guys, number one, I go find something that's going to give me some credibility. So number one, this is just a post to build my credibility. Okay, better get some before it goes up. I don't ask for any information. I'm just sharing info at this point. Okay, if you're constantly posting and you're constantly asking people, for information, or telling them to ask you for information, you're going to lose your following. You have to take a break. Okay, just share information freely sometimes. Okay, share. Look what happened. I had 28 people share this. You know what happened for my edge rank? My visibility went through the roof because I'm sharing quality information. Here's the best part. This isn't my information. This came from CryptoCoinNews.com. Okay? It's so simple to do what I do because you can literally go over to Google, type in Bitcoin News, okay? And all the latest news sites will pop up. You can see most of them are, in maroon or red because I'm over here all the time looking for articles. Okay? If you guys do the same thing, you can go find a worthy article and then you can share it. Okay? You can share it one of two ways, just for sharing information. Okay? That's a very good way to start building your following because people actually will take a peek and start watching your wall. And then all of a sudden you hit them with a post that's got some great Bitcoin article, but now all of a sudden you're asking them to ask you for info for something. I'm going to show you that in a minute as well. That becomes a very simple process, okay? That becomes very, very, very simple. I'm going to share all of this stuff with you in a file today, or all, the stuff that I copy and paste so you can actually see that. But you can look right here. I mean, there's some really good stuff. European Central Bank has no power to regulate Bitcoin. You think this would be a good article to share? Of course it would be a good article to share, okay? People would love that, okay? People love being able to take their future back in their hand. Here's a big article with Roger Ver. Roger, so you know, is one of the big wigs. The guy's made about 60 million in Bitcoin now. He was one of the very original people that got involved in the space. This is a very good guy to share, and because he's well respected within the industry. Okay, so let me show you actually back over on my deal. Okay, so this one, and obviously this one I'm warning people, some dirty, people. Again, dirty people, dirty people. And this guy was so ridiculous, trying to show a fake Bitcoin wallet for $1.5 billion. Guys, stupidity is stupidity. Don't be a dummy, okay? When you see right here, some of my posts down here, those we get back into where I was really working, here's what you're going to notice, okay? Let me come back here. It's been a little while. I'm ready to get back to work. Okay. Okay. So again, more information. Just telling people it's time to buy. Boom, boom, boom. Not asking for any, for them to give me information. More information for them to help them. Okay. Not asking for anything. Just sharing value, okay? But down here, when I was really working every single day, okay, you'll see I'm giving away information, just getting a lot of people basically commenting on here, okay? This one right here, boom, gave some more information away, talking about Bitcoin going to where it was going to go, sharing my income, my proof progress results, okay? That's very important right here, okay? Now, all of a sudden, you're going to start to see, because here comes some of my articles, okay? More about my income proof. Publications are agreeing, boom, boom, boom. What a wonderful deal. Okay, so right here. Now, you notice, August 30th, that was the last time I asked people to give me information. The last time to say, ask for more info. So that's been a while. It's been almost a month, guys. So here's the thing. Once you guys start doing this and you're following and you're giving some credible information down below, along with some good copy up top, okay? And if you guys feel free, you can go and copy my posts. Obviously, you don't want to copy this post because it's almost 30 days old and Bitcoin's not at this price. But you can copy my posts, the ones that I have down here that have articles that I've shared, okay? And you can actually see what's going on because they're down here. Sorry it's so long down here, guys, but obviously this is the one we did about the Bitcoin travel, okay? When you get down here, let's see. Boy, way too long. Okay, so this right here. Again, do you know what this means? It means the price will go even higher. Time to wake up and get involved. Message me or comment at Good Morning Vietnam for more information. Just talking about Vietnam getting recognized as Bitcoin or as legal currency. And you can see right here at 7 shares. I didn't have a whole lot of comments. But guess what happened, guys? You know, those 7 shares, 60 likes or 61 likes, that turned into, you know, probably at least 1 or 2 deals or inquiries. That's the key. If you're just getting a few inquiries, that's all you need, okay? I don't want you to worry about, I'm only getting, you know, 2 to 4 comments on my post. If you get 2 to 4 comments and you comment 3 times a day, that's 12. That's actually 6 to 12 people a day that you're in front of. 6 to 12 people a day can put you on a record pace if you calculate that over the period of a month or 60 days or 90 days. You can make some really good money just by following the system. So as I come back this week, one of my goals is going to be to give you guys the copy and paste information. I'm going to write quality posts, okay? I'm going to share quality information. You can copy and paste it to your wall. When somebody responds, how I move, and I move so fast, guys, is this, okay? Like when somebody asks about my Cryp trade, I use what's called fast follow-up method. I write out copy. I tell people in the copy exactly what to do. I give them detailed instructions. Often without ever having a conversation. In fact, I will just tell you up front, guys, this might make some of you mad, but without having a single conversation, I have 448 signups. Okay, this is what I just said. Without having a single conversation, I have 448 signups. Now, does that mean that everybody just signed up automatically? No. Some of them went and signed up automatically, even funded their account. Some of them went and signed up, and then they didn't fund their account. And then you know what I did is I said, hey, guys, come on to this Zoom hangout and let me actually show you what to do. So what I'm doing right now, that's what we did on Zoom. And we showed people how to actually work this. As I come back, guys, I'm going to start doing my little mini meetings again because that's what allowed me to make this explode, not just for myself, but for people like Madiba that's on this call. You're going to hear what's happened in his world over the last 90 days. You're going to see exactly what they've been able to accomplish, guys. Okay, so without further ado, here's what I'm going to do. I know we got a couple questions. I'm going to come back to the questions in a second. Okay, so guys, just hold those really tight. Madiba, are you on here already? I know he was in church. Okay, so he's not. Let's see. Trinity, are you on here?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, perfect. So can
you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. So Trinity, do me a favor. I want you to tell people, I'm just going to turn the mic over to you. I'm not going to ask you questions. I want you to share every single person. Tell them when you got started. Tell them your story, where you came from, your background, and show them how much money you made already.
Okay. All right. So I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties, but I can show you my back office from my screen like this. So basically, we started back in May. It's I run this account for my boyfriend Doug. He's the one who invested the money. At the time, Madiba was the one who contacted Doug and told him about the opportunity. We're so thankful that he did. And I had just lost my job. What I was doing before was I was a finance director at an auto dealership, and I was helping run a finance department. And I was making really good money in that. I'd been in that industry for about 15 years, and I had just gotten fired. And I had never been fired before, so I didn't really know what to do. My heart was broken. I came home, and I was like, my world had ended. So when Madiba called, he called at the perfect time with this opportunity. Doug basically told me, he said, research everything, find out everything you can figure out about Bitcoin. How does it all work? And if it's something that you tell me is good, I trust you, babe, and I'll put the money up and we'll do it. So at first I was a little skeptical, probably like most of you guys. So I, looked into it. I was watching everything, and I said, well, let's just try this. I said, do you trust Madiba? And Doug was like, yes, I trust Madiba. I've known him for a long time. So we said, let's just try this. Let's try a little bit of money and see how it works. So what we did was we started out with a $500 investment, because I knew that if we lost $500, then we'd be fine. We could still make it. And we put it in, and then we started seeing it make money. And I started seeing how, you know, it started applying to the account every single day, $2.95. And I was like pretty much hooked after that. I was like, okay, wait a minute. So if we put in 10 grand, we will make, you know, basically almost $3,000 a month. I was like, that's crazy. You know, that won't replace the income that I was making, but it's a start. You know what I mean? So we went ahead and just went for it. We put in the 10 grand, and the whole week after we put in the 10 grand, I could not sleep for the whole week. I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, did I just lose the money? Did I just lose the money? And then one day I woke up and I decided, you know what? I didn't lose the money. What I'm going to do is I am going to promote this as hard as I can, and I'm going to make that money back as soon as I can. And because basically that's the way you got to do this. You got to risk it. You got to do what you're comfortable with, but you got to make it back as soon as you can. And then after that, just play with the house money. And so that's the way I started looking at it a week after we invested. And I started using my Facebook because I have over 6,500 people following me on Facebook. I started using that as my tool to get the message out. So I did a lot of what Ari was talking about. I started posting about, you know, things that are credible, just to, you know, basically play with the Facebook algorithms to get people liking my stuff, getting my stuff out there in more people's news feeds. And then I started posting about what, you know, I was making and how, you know, my investment opportunity. Now, I know some other people are a little bit more conservative because you have friends and family on your Facebook and you kind of don't want to just flood all of that stuff with them. And I'm a little bit more of a, you know, go for it type of person. And all my friends and family know that about me already. So I already know they're not going to unfriend me because they pretty much expect that out of me. But everyone else that I don't really know on my Facebook, have I lost friends? Yeah, I've seen my numbers drop, but I've seen also, I've got about, I'd say about 80 friend requests I haven't even answered to. And I don't know where they're coming from or how they're finding me, but somehow they're finding me. And I don't know, you know, how it is that I'm doing, but I have everything completely open on my Facebook. I'm not private at all. And I just keep posting it out there, and it's getting into other people's feeds because other people are commenting on my Facebook that I'm not even friends with. You know, do I get a lot of bad comments? Yes. And I just delete and block those people. I don't really care. It doesn't offend me. But at the same time, I'm getting flooded with emails from people who are asking me, how does this program work? How are you making money? And working, guys. It really is. It's working. So basically, here's the back office right here. As you can see, we are at a Sapphire now, and 7,001 total investment. We've got the 500 that we started out with, and then we tried adding 600 to it, just thinking that we could actually accumulate that to make a VIP. But then we learned out that it doesn't work that way. So we then invested the other 10 grand and did a VIP. As you can see right here, if it's showing you, there we go. Wait, I don't know if it's showing. Yeah, that is our total passive income of 1,000. Yeah, and as you can see, we've already made back our initial investment. And then if you see down here, that is our active income, which is $19,173.24. That's what we've made basically since June.
Hey, do me a favor and scroll down and show them how many people sponsored.
How many people we've sponsored?
Yep. How many people? I think it's just right above a little bit. Just a little bit up, a little more. Right there. On your right side, right
here?
Yep, 47,
okay.
Right?
Yeah, registrations. So 47, and then if you can see, there's 40 on team 2, 68 on team 3. Thank you, Andrew, if you're on. We really appreciate your hard work, Andrew Fromm. He should really be the one testifying here. 37 on team 4, and 21 on team 5, and 3 on team 6. So it's really working. And then the turnover growth stats.
I want to point something out on her page so you guys understand something. If you actually look, she actually had about 460 some people show up on her page. Okay, she had 47 people sign up. And I want you to understand, this is about a 10% sign up process. Passively, without you ever communicating with people. Okay, now I'm going to tell you up front, the other 90% are not dead. That's what Darren's here for. That's what Darren excels at. And we're going to talk about that at the end in phase 2. But if you look at those numbers, if you can get almost a 10% sign up off everybody you send, off of free Facebook, you've not only won, you've kicked ass. Okay? These are phenomenal numbers, guys. Okay? These are phenomenal numbers. This is somebody brand new coming into this, hitting 10%. Over 10% if you want to be technical. You got 436 people clicked on our link, 47 of them signed up. My numbers are like 12 or 13 or 14%. Why? Because I got a little bigger, group of people that know who I am now, so they trust me a little more. Okay? The reality of this is, the average person could do this business. 100%. Okay? Andrew, the next time we do training, I will bring you out and have you actually come out and talk as well, because you have a really good story too. Andrew and I have had some really deep discussions and actually know some same people from 20 years ago. Okay? But the opportunity here, guys, it is literally phenomenal. I'm just telling you up front. This is one of the best opportunities that I've ever seen. How do you feel, Trinity? I mean, coming into this brand new. You feel the same thing?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's been incredible. It's been amazing all the time. It's a rare.
I just want to step in here on that note, and I just want to say that, anytime you're getting involved in a business opportunity like this, okay, do not bet the farm. Do not take a second mortgage out against your house. Play it safe, okay? Never put in more money than you can afford to lose in the event that something happened that went wrong, okay? Because we have had tons of companies that have touted a story, we've bought into the story, and we've gone pedal to the metal, and then the deal's imploded, okay? So we always proceed with caution, okay? And I want to make sure that you do not get caught up in the hype of the money where you start taking out loans, you start maxing out credit cards, you start taking your entire savings account, you start taking out a second mortgage against your house. Do not do that, okay? Granted, in a 4-month period of time or so, you can get your initial money back. But globally, guys, I'm telling you right now, globally, it's a very unstable world. Okay, there's potentially a war going to happen. There's stuff that's going on right now that is not within any of our control. Do not put your family in a high risk position and bet the farm. Okay, do not. Okay, I'm going to say this again, guys. We obviously want to help people make money. Okay, that's what we're all about. Okay. Now, I can tell you that, this actually came to me directly from Ari. How about that? Okay, because I went to Ari and I basically was saying, well, I think I'm going to put in 100 grand. He said, bro, don't do it. Right? Maximum, high end, put in 20, but only put in 20 if you're okay, if something was to happen, okay? God forbid, but let's say that it did, that you're okay losing 20, okay? Just play it safe, guys. That's all I'm going to say. Just play it safe.
Yeah, guys, look, let me cover this why I told Darren that, okay? I'm going to tell you up front, he's exactly right. We saw great companies come to us, or I should say shitty companies come to us disguised as great companies, and they've lied through their teeth to convince us that it's real, and we promoted it and ended up looking like the jackass, the kid looking into the mirror with the jackass looking back in the cartoon. That's how we felt because they fooled us. And, so here's the thing. I've gotten to the point now where I just don't trust any company. It's just me, okay? So here's what I want you guys to understand, okay? We got Cryp Trade on the front end. This is a beautiful program. There's another program that's almost exactly like Cryp Trade. It's called BizNet, okay? So here's what I started doing. I started treating everything that I do like a hedge fund manager. I want you to imagine that you now are a hedge fund manager. You have $100 million of other people's money. Don't you agree that you would absolutely be a dumbass to take all 100 million and toss it into one fund? You'd be an idiot, okay? That's not what a hedge fund manager does. What he does is he breaks that down, that 100 million, into like $10 million blocks, and he goes finds 10 things to invest in, okay? So he might take and put 10 grand inside, Cryp Trade Capital. He might take and hedge his bet, meaning he's betting against it almost by dropping money in BizNet. And what happens is these programs, they start to balance themselves out. That's why I work so many programs, so you guys understand my strategy. That's why I keep winning. That's why since June 19th now I've made like $640,000. It's crazy, okay? That's why it's happened. And I haven't even been here, guys. You realize in the last month I made $248,000 and I haven't even worked. I haven't shown up. I mean,
Okay,
hell,
now let me cover something on that, Ari. This is important, okay?
Yep.
Guys,
Jongens, dank voor de presentatie. Later.
Who was that?
Hold up, Darren. Go ahead. Unmute yourself, Darren.
I'm unmuted.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, Barth, I'll bring you out in a minute. Just be careful.
Okay. So, guys, here's the thing. If you're a brand new marketer, you've never marketed a day in your life before, okay? You have one goal. Build a list of qualified buyers, okay? Build a list of qualified buyers. That's it, okay? Now, that can happen through free strategies or it can happen with paid strategies. You can use solo ads. You can use traffic through, Ari's got a traffic company, or you can use a free strategies with basically your wall, a personal development group, okay, where you're providing value as a leader, and a fan page where you can pay to boost out your post to hit a larger audience. Okay, there's 3 key areas. Now, you can have as many groups on Facebook as you want, provided that you can provide value in each one of those groups. Okay, so you only have one goal. Build a list of qualified buyers. That is it, okay? Now, if you have no audience, 0, and you have no list, 0, and you think that you're going to be able to juggle into multiple business opportunities, you're not, okay? You're not. You're kind of doing yourself an injustice by going this way out in all these different programs when you have no following, no list, no buyers, nobody to be able to even talk to, okay? So focus on providing value as a leader, value, right? Like what Ari was talking about on his wall, but you've got to go get some audience, right? You got to do a reach out program to reach out into different personal development groups and start bringing people to you. As you're putting out the content, you're bringing more. Putting out the content, you're bringing more. So it's both an outreach program and a content program, and then lassoing those people back into your personal development group where you can provide value to them. Your personal development group, you want to be a public group, okay? Open to the public. Anybody can come, okay? Now, here's the thing. When we're talking to marketers, it's a different language, right? When Ari's talking about, diversification and all these different strategies, for a marketer, absolutely, absolutely. For a brand new newbie, no. Okay, no, guys, okay? Don't spread yourself out too thin when you have no audience. Some of us marketers can write out an email and go, bam, and recruit 30, 40, 50 people, right? If you don't have an audience, right, you can't do that, right? Or Ari's put out a post on his wall and have 150 people join off of one post, okay? If you don't have an audience, you can't do that, right? So it all depends on where you're at in the scale of marketing. Do you know how to market? Do you understand that it's not about pitching a business? It's about first providing value to the market, building the relationship, getting a connection, right? And it happens over time. Typically, people get into our industry and they're too anxious to make money fast. Okay, you can do it, but if you do it, you typically have to know how to reach out to your warm market. Okay, these are people that you know, people that you have a relationship with, or that they trust you. So you can reach out, touch base, say a quick hello, get a little bit of connection, change their state, get them to laugh in the first, 15 to 20 seconds. And all you really want to do is catch up, right? That typically takes maybe 1.5 to 2 minutes. And all you really want to do is find out if they're open right now to any more streams of income. It's a real simple question. I just want to curiosity. Are you open right now to taking a look at anything, or any new additional streams of income? I'd say yes or a no. Very casual, okay? Don't take it personally, and don't, it's just a sort sift. So the fastest way into the money, truthfully, in anything, in any company that you do, is your warm market contacts, your warm market other marketers that you know, people that you have relationship with, people that you've met at an event that you've had a great time with, or you connected with, just to find out what do they have on their plate right now, and are they open?
Hey, Darren, hold that thought for a second, because Madiba is actually on right now, but he's got a role, and I want to bring him out real quick, guys. So you know who Madiba is. He's literally like a little brother to me. His mom, I call mom. He's been my best friend for over 30 years. If you want to know anything about me, this guy knows everything about me. I mean, we have been through thick and thin together. Okay. Even though I'm overseas, we constantly in contact. As we say, in this business, family's the hardest to convince, because he is just like a brother to me. He's like family. He watched me for 3 freaking years clobber this. And finally, he woke up one day and said, "Hey, man, you got to talk to me about what's going on with Bitcoin. My income's taking a big drop in this network marketing company." I'm the original guy that introduced him to the network marketing space almost 28 years ago. Okay, so it's crazy what I saw transpire with this guy's life, because, he's went up this great big hill, made a lot of money, and then all of a sudden the company took a nosedive, and that wiped him out, literally, where he was making $25,000, $40,000 a month, and then all of a sudden $2,500 a month. And so he got involved, and I was actually heading out to catch a plane, and, I got a referral that came in that wanted to sign up with me. I said, "Man, Madiba, you got to take this guy and run with him. I don't have time." So he went ahead and he took this and basically, knocked it out, guys. I mean, the guy ended up dropping in $100K, and I'm going to talk about our strategy going forward, but I want Madiba to come out. I want Madiba to talk about, where he came from, obviously, and what he's been able to accomplish over the last 90 days, guys, because that's what you've been in now, right? 90 days, Madiba?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so talk to him, man.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, hey, guys, Madiba Thompson out of Oregon. And, I've been in the industry messing around for, I've been working from home full time for about 11 years, 12 years almost now. And I'm one of those guys that's like, Darren made a good point of not spreading yourself out. And I'm one of those guys where it's about, where it's about prosper where you're planted. You know what I'm saying? Prosper where you're planted. So, I just kind of, what I did is, man, anytime I do something, it's about compressing time. And so in that little bit of, in beginning stages of my business, I just compressed time. And all that means is I just took massive, you hear massive action all the time. I took it doesn't matter if you have an hour or half an hour, it's in that half an hour. All you're doing is you're taking action, reaching out to people. And so I'm the type of dude, I don't have to be the guy. I don't have to be I'm the man. You don't need to have that personality over here to crush it. You need to be that guy that's like, "Man, I work with the man. I got to introduce you to who I'm working with. Check this out." So I don't know, man. I'm one of them guys that keep it extremely simple. And I like to utilize tools. I don't like to sit around there and talk a whole bunch of people. I don't talk a lot. Ari has some pre-written scripts that he just, he send an email and they read it and go on and, see the information. So, I mean, my biggest tip for anybody out there would be, don't be the doggone tool. Use the people around you. use the videos that you have access to, and then just shut your mouth and don't go into explaining this, that, and the other, you know. And best line I ever heard in this business, the 12 years I've been working from home, the best possible line is to come back to any damn question anybody gives you. It's negative, whatever the case is, negative. Listen, I don't know about all that, but all I know is my buddy Ari, my bro Ari, 3 years ago got going, and now the guy's sitting on 1,500 Bitcoin, and I made 80 grand in the last 4 months. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that. I give a story. And so, you know, that's, just keep it simple, y'all. This is not a hard business. But, you know, and I tell you this, you got to understand this, you guys. We're not going around, you know, my business, I own a company, and they do, it's health, you know what I'm saying? We're not pushing product, my friends, so to speak. We're talking dollars and cents over here. I'm not talking, the beautiful thing about what we do here, you don't have to come in here and sell a dang thing if you want. Put up some money. Put up some money. I guarantee you, when you start to see that money coming in every day, it changes your freaking physiology. And then to go out and share it with somebody, hey, listen, check this out. I don't know. All I did was this. Check this out. And this is what I'm making every day. You know, so it's not about going out there and selling somebody on this doggone thing. It's so dang simple. Put up some money if you're not in. Start seeing that money coming in, and then just show people, hey, I don't know, this is what I did. Or you don't want to, I love this because I don't have to sell a damn thing. If you want to, hey, you can go out and share it with anybody and everybody. You make some extra, but you don't have to sell, you don't have to share it with anybody. You can kick back, make some passive money with what we got going on. You guys we haven't experienced this before. You guys take advantage of it. Back to you, baby.
Oh, well, listen, what I wanted to just touch on here, guys, is that, you know, Madiba is a natural. Why? Because he's just a good people person, right? And a lot of it has to do with vibrational resonance, right? What do you believe? What do you believe? How do you see yourself every day when you wake up, when you look in the mirror? And how do you interact with people? Because that's our commodity here, is people, right? But when you're truly excited about something and you don't become the explainer, you let the tool do that for you. The numbers that I have are very similar for conversion. So, and I'm happy to show you what the numbers are so that you can have some confidence knowing that if you just get a bunch of people to watch the video that the company has, that it's probably between about 10 and 14%, right, that will actually convert and become an affiliate, right? And that's actually with no conversation, okay? So those are just with posts I've had on my wall, posts I've had in my personal development group, or an email that I've sent out. I actually haven't done it. I'm actually just starting, to tell you the truth, my campaign for Cryp Trade. I haven't actually done a full-blown campaign because we just came off a couple of other campaigns. But what I will do is I will share with you the numbers, right, so you can see. And then I'll share with you guys some strategies that you can implement in order to be able to recruit more people into any type of business. Now, did you have other stuff that you want to cover first?
Yeah, I want to cover one thing, guys, just okay, because I noticed actually the other day somebody put out a spreadsheet where they're continually reinvesting their money. So here, let's cover this real quick and let's talk about this and just get it out of the way, okay? Again, if you're a hedge fund manager, you got $100 million. What do? You break it down into $10 million blocks. You find 10 deals to invest in. Now, I don't care if your deals are the same as mine, okay? I'm just going to tell you that up front. I don't care. But you better do your due diligence. You better find the right programs, okay? Big Club, BizNet, Mindset 24 Global. There's a few others, guys. These are the things that I use to leverage and to set myself up for long-term success. It's the most important thing I can tell you. What I liked about BizNet's a lot like Cryp Trade. So here's what I've noticed is in that spreadsheet, somebody's been teaching people to take their $10,000, they put it in 101 days, they get it back, they put the $10,000 back in, and they keep doing that same cycle all the time. I don't advise that. I'm going to tell you why I don't advise that. If Cryp trade goes down, you've got all your cycles set up inside one company. Now, how dumb does that think? Just think about that. How dumb is that? But what if you took that same deal, you put 10 grand into Cryp trade, okay? You cycle through, 101 days later, you got your 10 grand back. You go drop that in BizNet, which is almost the same deal. And here's the thing, the same process works exactly the same. Now you've got two companies that are continually paying you. If one goes down, one's still paying you. Okay? I know some of you guys don't like me talking about this stuff, but this is the reality. If I don't talk about it to you, then you're not prepared. See, I've been that guy that had all my bells and whistles, my money, my efforts, everything tied up into a company, and then it disappeared. I've been that guy. Okay, Madiba will tell you that story with me. Okay, I literally walked away from a company. I knew something was wrong with it, was going to crash. I joined a company. I became the #2 money earner in the world in that company. I traveled into Mexico and helped them open up Mexico with my business partner who was bilingual. And we crushed Mexico, only to come back to the United States with 2 of the Mexican owners, while the other 2 owners, who happened to be from Colombia, took all of the money and went back to Colombia. I got stuck with a lease on a building. I lost my ass. I had walked away from a career position that was literally paying me $200,000 a year in the 90s. Okay, what I'm trying to teach you is from my experience. And if you've not experienced it yet, right now when you hear another company name, the stop sign comes up and you freak out because you've not been there yet. You've not had a team that's been behind you that hated you after the fact, because believe me, I had a lot of my friends in that business that hated me after the 2 owners took off, went back to Colombia. It was a freaking nightmare. It was so bad, guys, I swore off network marketing. I walked away from the industry. I went right back into the car business and never looked back. Worked 10 years straight in the car business after that mumbo crumbo, and just did little stuff on the side, but I never did it as my sole focus. I've learned a valuable lesson. The valuable lesson is called diversification. Okay? The guys that have the bigger money, like Marco, I know you're on here, Civi, you got some guys, you know, Badiba, you've got a few people, you know, Rigo, you probably got a few people, even though you hate to face that right now. I know that you're one of the stop sign guys, and I respect that. But here's the thing you guys have to understand. I'm trying to teach you something that will put you in this business long term, not short term. My goal is one thing and one thing only, guys. This is to leave a legacy behind. Okay. I mean, literally, I told Darren the other day, I'm about to start winding down. What that means to me is I'm getting closer to the walk away point. I have so many Bitcoins right now. At some point in time, that will make me worth probably half a billion dollars. That's how many Bitcoins I have. Okay. I am in a situation where I can walk away right now, but I'm not quite ready yet because I don't feel like we've left the legacy the way that we've wanted to. So as we start to teach and train, guys, we start to dig in and share information that it may not be perfect in some of your agreements, okay? But I'm telling you now, my goal is to get you guys financially free and leave a legacy. When we walk away, we're gonna leave hundreds, if not thousands of people in better positions. That's our goal. That Darren and I's sole goal has been that since day one, okay? Day one. So I want you to understand that, you know, we're not here promoting other deals. We're here to talk about Cryp Trade Capital. But I'm also going to tell you and share with you my strategy is to diversify. Because if you don't do it, it's going to hurt your ass long term. It's going to hurt you. Okay? If I told you just keep putting 10 grand back in all the time into Cryp Trade Capital and you followed that, you might hate me later. Okay, same reason why I told Darren, don't put in more than 20K, okay? Don't put in more than 20K. Okay, it's a year old right now. I want to see how it's going to go. If they go out and they complete this negotiation, because I know they're in the negotiations with a Bitcoin mining operation right now that's pre-existing, that's registered on the blockchain.info/pools. I know the company. I know the rep. The rep was here. The rep actually made over $100 million in crypto, and he sat across the table with me and had dinner with me and my wife. I know they're talking to them. I know they're trying to buy machines from them. I know they already had an agreement with another company, but the profit margin was so small that it wasn't going to be profitable for the members. So they decided to walk away from that. And some people thought because they walked away from it, they were going to wrap up shop and the rumors began. That's not true. They just want a better deal so we as members can make profit from their mining side, okay? It's very, very, very important that you guys understand diversification is key, okay? It's not about another company, okay? Like I got some people messaging me over here. It's not about another company. It's about you understanding the process, understanding the strategy. And if you guys don't grasp that now, then later on, you're going to be busted. You're going to be broke off. It's going to hurt you down the road. I'm being as real as I can possibly be with you, okay? Very, very, very important that you guys get this and you understand this process, okay? If you don't, it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt your team. Your team will lose faith in you. What I'm going to tell you right now is please listen to my process, okay? Very, very, very important. If you can cycle through, put 10 grand in, you can go ahead and cycle through one time. If you put it in twice, proceed at your own risk, but I'm fine with the second time. When you get to be the third time and you got 3 or 4 income streams going inside the same company, to me, I think you're doing yourself a disservice. I think you should be branching out and diversifying your income. Okay, now let's come back to Darren real quick and let's talk about something. Okay, so we showed you the numbers. You take a post, you put it on your wall. Okay, you got your copy and paste response. Okay, now just to show you how I do this, if you guys have a Mac, what I use is I use notes. Okay, for every program I'm in, I have a copy right here of everything. Now, I might take this, send them over this, and then I might come over to my little pictures, and inside my pictures, you can see I got these folders. So I got all the Cryp trade. I got the presentations, you know, I got the presentation photos right here. I got 4 videos. Okay, and I'm going to share all this with you. I'm going to give it all to you in Zoom links so you can actually take this and copy and paste it. I'm going to put together a doc. I'm going to upload all these files, basically this whole little thing in a little link so you guys can actually take and download it to your computer just like I have it. And then you can share all of this information. This information is very, very important that you get this out to people. So once you've responded, I think you're going to see, like what I've seen, about 10% of the people are going to sign up, okay? After 10% of the people sign up, then what's going to happen is you guys are going to have 90% of those people left over. Those people are still quality leads. So what I would be doing if I were you is I would be keeping a log of the people you're sending the information to. The 10% that sign up, all you got to do is help them get going. The 90% that didn't, you want to have a conversation, and Darren's going to talk about that process and show you how that really works. And I think that's something that's going to make your business go boom and take you to the next level. So Darren, come on out, talk about a little bit about what you do and how it works so people can really see it.
Sounds good. Okay, guys. So, you know, the thing I'm going to share with you guys about just about our industry in general. We are in a personal development and leadership business model. And the faster that you accept that, the faster you will advance to higher levels in the game, basically, okay? Now, your goal truly, your goal is to provide value to the marketplace. Now, people typically in our industry, they have specific pain that they go through. They're taught to make a list of their top 200. If they've been in multiple business opportunities and somebody tells them make a list of your top 200, they start getting a queasy feeling in their stomach, like they feel like they're going to be sick, okay? And there's a reason for that, right? Because they've already taken 5 different deals to those people, and they've gotten a ridiculous amount of rejection, okay? Most of those people have completely pummeled their dream down. Most of them told them it was a scam. A lot of them told them it was a pyramid, you know, and why would you ever do anything like that? And I can't believe it. I'm so disappointed in you, right? To boot, right? They got a lot of this right down to the pummeling down to the ground. So they don't want to harass their friends and family. They hate getting rejected. But what happens is when they burn out of those warm market, their top 200 list, they don't understand what to do to generate leads. Okay, how do you generate leads? even if I gave you 20,000 leads, most people wouldn't know what to do with them anyway. You wouldn't know how to close the people or upsell them. And because of that, there's no team duplication because nobody's having any success, okay? Now, the interesting thing, once you have a little bit of success in our industry, a little bit of an income story, you start to get a bigger following and a bigger following and a bigger following. So it becomes a lot easier to get autopilot signups because people see you having success, they see your team having success, and they just get into the river. They just join you, right? So you got to be patient with this process, guys, okay? In our industry, it will typically take between 5 and 12 connections or exposures to enroll somebody into your business. Okay, I'm going to say this again. It typically will take between 5 and 12 connections or exposures to enroll somebody into any business, okay? Now, what people don't really get about social media is social media gives you a platform to be able to run a campaign on for free, right? As long as you understand the pain of the market, right? People don't want to harass their friends and family. They hate getting rejected. They don't want to generate leads. They don't want to close an upsell. They don't want to get team duplication. Okay, that's on MLM network marketing, etc. And on the online side, they don't have any money for paid traffic, right? What do? They don't know what to do. And they don't have money for their high ticket products, okay? So when you write your copy, you can speak to the pain to gather your audience. That's how you generate leads, okay? Now, typically, if you want to be able to build a list of qualified buyers, we typically use something on the front end that's going to hit mass market. Okay, what do I mean by that? Any company, doesn't mean weight loss, skincare, nutraceuticals, energy drinks, tools, anything. Everybody needs to learn how to recruit new reps, right? So I typically use a low end, something under $100 that's going to build my list of qualified buyers here on the front end, okay? So I use speed recruiting, right? And it teaches people how to recruit new reps into any business in 6 to 45 minutes. That is my front end little machine that builds my list for free at a profit. And I have all qualified buyers now that I'm going to talk to. They're already sold on our business model, right? So it helps you to fast track into momentum. So keep in mind, our industry has specific language that we use, just like any other industry. There's certain, things like if somebody's not in our industry, they wouldn't understand terms of comp plans or, do what duplication even is. They don't even understand that. Or what is recruiting? A lot of people don't even know what recruiting even is, right? That aren't in our industry. So it's a very gradual process in our industry for recruiting. On the first exposure or connection, only 2% of people will join. 2, okay? On the second connection, it goes to 3. On the third connection, it goes to 5. On the fourth connection, it goes to 10%. But on number 5 is the magic button. Number 5 to 12, it jumps to 80. 80%, guys. 80% of people will join your business or buy your products between number 5 and number 12 connections or exposures. So you got to keep it casual, okay? Networking is a very casual process. It's very nonchalant. There's no high pressure. There's no, get in now, lock your spot. There's none of that. People actually buy your value as a leader. That's what they really buy. They buy your energy. They buy your excitement. They buy your passion. They want that. They want that in their life. So you really have to look at all of the people that have success in our industry. You'll notice they're all on the path of personal development. They're all on the path of mindset. They typically hang out with positive, like-minded people. They go to events, they go to seminars. A lot of them have walked on fire. They read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, The Science of Getting Rich, Secrets of a Millionaire's Mind, things that have to do with peak performance, leadership, right? Gary Vaynerchuk, Grant Cardone, Deepak Chopra, Brian Tracy, Dennis Waitley, Zig Ziglar. These are people that they spend the time with on YouTube versus watching television, okay? So if you really want to get into the zone, cut off television, cut off newspapers and magazines, remove gossip and drama from your life, and focus on what it is that you want, your burning desires. What fires you up? What is your preferred state of being? What do you really want in life? What is your driving force? What gets you fired up in the morning when you wake up? Start focusing on that. Start speaking that reality into existence. Money is flowing to me easily and effortlessly. Every day I wake up, my Facebook inbox is filled with people that want to join my business. I'm excited that every day I log in, I get emails saying that I just made money. Start speaking your reality into existence, okay? And hang out with the people that are having success, okay? Now, once you go through your warm market, okay, so in the event that you've been in network marketing before and, you know, they've told you to make a list of your top 200, I actually do that process a little differently. I scroll down, it's kind of like a memory jogger for the old schoolers, right? So I go through all my entire friends list on Facebook and I go over every one of the pictures. And typically what happens is as you're doing that, it will trigger an event that you were at to do with somebody else that you totally forgot about, who's a powerhouse, right? So scroll down through your friends and identify people that are marketers, right? That are marketers. You want people that already have a list. You want people that already have marketing skills, leadership skills, people that already have success first, okay? Those are the people you want to hit first. And all you want to do is you want to reach out, you want to touch base, you want to say a quick hello, you want to change their state, get them to laugh, get a little bit of a connection, right? What's happening in their world, what's happening in your world. Don't talk about business in the beginning, what's happening in your world, and then find out right now, what do they have on their plate, and if they're open to any new streams of income, they're open to taking a look. Now, keep in mind, guys, a lot of the stuff that Madiba was sharing, I think it's kind of like osmosis of being in networking, that you just kind of learn some of this stuff, right? You know, like when I reached out to Ari on one of our deals, right? I just connected, we caught up a little bit, and then I said, bro, you know what? I rolled out this test market, and in 5 days, it pulled like almost $25,000, right? That was just my curiosity piquer, right? So you can leverage off of the stories from the team, right? It doesn't have to be your personal story. You can leverage off of the stories in the group enough to pique their curiosity and then get out of the way. Get out of the way. Don't try to know it all, do it all, be it all, and say it all, okay? Get them to watch the video. Get them to show up at a presentation or an event, and let the tools do the work for you, okay? Don't try to be one of the tools. Okay. Use the tools. Don't be a tool. Okay. Very, very important. But one of the things I picked up that Madiba had said earlier was something that I use all the time as well, right? All I know is, okay, all I know is, right? And then it's going to be the delivery of stuff. I don't know about that, but all I know is, right? You know, we rolled out this, like, guys, I'm going to show you this in my back office because coincidentally, today, I had like a 1,345 day or something here with Cryp Trade, right? Which I'm going to show you. But I want to take you onto Facebook to share some strategies with you guys so that you can start to build up a bigger audience and you can actually start engaging with people, okay? Now, what you'll find is if you implement and use this strategy, your following will start to get bigger and bigger. So that's not just your friends, that's the people that are actually just following your content, okay? So I'm gonna share my screen right now. I'm gonna take you guys behind the scenes and let's go take a look here. Okay, so here is, can you guys see my screen right now?
Yes, Darren.
Yes, Darren. Okay, good. So here's the interesting thing, guys, okay? So you can see right here today, right? That was just today, actually. There's $1,345. So now I have not really started doing a major campaign for this. I'm just going to start it. But there was a $345 commission. I just got a random notification saying that somebody had put in $11,500. And then I also hit $1,000 bonus, right? Which is pretty cool. Now, when I started in this program, I think I started with like $500, guys, or $1,000. We'll check it out really quickly here to see. I've got a total of $2,977 in the program so far. And let me go to investments and I'll see what I put in the very beginning. Okay, so I started off with $2,000. Okay, my mistake. I started off with $2,000, and then as the money was coming back, I was reinvesting it in the early stages. I didn't really understand how the program even worked, to be quite honest with you. But then when I talked to Ari was saying, as the money's coming in, withdraw it so you're pulling your money back and then you're riding on the house, so to speak. So that's actually what I started to do. So if you look here in my dashboard, you can see that I've gotten all my money back already. Okay, so you know there's $3,024.76 in partner earnings and $2,643.83 in passive, and you know there's a high probability that I'm going to probably up the amount going in. But like I said, do not second mortgage your home. Don't take your entire savings account and start to look at this like it's the 649 lotto, so that you know, if anything was to happen, guys, I'm just saying that you don't want to be in a position where you're putting your whole family at risk for, you know, everything. Okay, don't do it. Okay, you know, there's going to be tons of different opportunities. And, you know, even if you went, like, let's say that you had, you know, 100,000 in the bank or something, and you said, okay, I'm going to take 10% and use that. And all of your contacts were in the same position and they all did the same thing. At least you're in a position where you're building a real solid foundation. You're building a team and you're making commissions off of other people as well as they're building and growing. When Ari first started, just so you know, he only put in like about $1,000 when he started, right? The majority of his income has come from other teams growing, helping the team, and then getting bonuses from the company. Okay, so look at what the top people are doing and take some pointers from them, and don't, you know, think that you have a better way than the guys that are actually leading the troops. Okay, so don't bet the farm is basically what I want to say. Now, the other thing I'm going to share with you, Madiba covered a bit on, and I want to reiterate this again. Anytime you will see a top income earner roll out anything, it's all about compressed energy, compression, okay? So, you know, the last 3 weeks, we did 2 big campaign rollouts. In 1 2-week period of time, I think I recruited almost 190 people in one program. And in the last week, we did another rollout, and I think I recruited about 150 people into that program. But it's compression. So you got to take massive action when you're rolling out these type of strategies. Now, if you actually go to my wall here, guys, I actually did a millionaire mentoring session here the other day. There's no opt-in required, so you can just go watch that. Your first 30 days in business, live millionaire mentoring, no opt-in required, okay? So I just posted that yesterday. That will really help you a lot because you'll be able to see, you know, what does it mean to provide value to the marketplace? Okay, what does it mean to provide value to the marketplace? And you'll get an idea because you'll see me work with about, I don't know, 13, 14 people or something like that and go over a lot of these strategies. And that is an hour and a half. Okay, so that's literally like $1,500 in millionaire mentoring that I'm going to give you right now as a gift so that you can get a lot of these strategies and understand more about them, you know, besides what we're going to do today. Now, there's a specific content formula that I use that has worked very, very well for me. And you have to keep a pulse on your business to understand where are you at in the peak and the valley of the energy. Okay, now here is the basic formula. Now, keep in mind, you got to understand, first of all, that we are in the personal development industry. So positive quotes, motivation, and inspiration should really always be the core of your message as a leader. But if you just post the positive quote with no story or no, I call it the naked soul, right? Something that refers back to you, a life lesson, something that you've learned along your own path. I remember a time when, right? Something in addition to just putting positive quote, positive quote, positive quote. You have to open up your naked soul if you want to be able to get to a connection, right? That's sharing some of the breakthroughs that you've had in your life, some of the realizations that you've had in your life, some of the books that you've read that have had a big impact on your life, a seminar that you went to, a movie that you watched, something that you feel from your experience can help another human being. Okay, so that should always be your core. Now, we are in the marketing industry. Okay, that's what we do. We're marketers. And you want to be always investing in increasing your skills to learn new strategies that are going to be able to help people to build a list without having to harass their friends and family, right? Never get rejected, learn how to generate unlimited leads, close and upsell to higher ticket products, and get team duplication. That should be literally like part of your activities to become more, become a better leader, a better contributor, a better, you know, more value to the marketplace. So how-tos on marketing, in my opinion, is very, very important. Now you've got personal adventure with both your family and your team, especially if you're in a local area and you go out for dinner with your team, or you go to a movie with your team, you go bowling with your team, doing fun adventures. You might go hiking with your team, bike riding or something with your team, going on a picnic or something to do with adventure, right? People love that. Also entertainment, right? Comedy, trivia. I use controversy if my wall goes flatline, and it will, you will be blown away with how much will come back with people because they want to get their 2 cents worth in. And then you have people that will carry on these arguments of battling their opinion of whatever it is that the situation is. And you can get hundreds and hundreds of comments and likes and people coming back to participate in. Then you've got social proof on your success, social proof on your team's success, and then something that I call piggyback marketing. What is that? Piggyback marketing is where you're going to piggyback off of things that are hot in the news. Okay, so you'll notice that there was a big thing about the NFL, and what did Ari do? Ari piggybacked off of that and wrote his little, blurb about that with a picture, and it leverages off of something that people are familiar with, that they're seeing all sorts of things in the media, and it's on the radio, it's on the television, and then you piggyback off of it. You can piggyback off of Hollywood celebrities. You can piggyback off of movies, something that's getting a lot of press, piggyback off of the election, or something that's getting a lot of controversy. You want to be able to ride the coattails of other people's marketing dollars, right? So you get kind of like a free exposure out of it. Sometimes I'll piggyback off of Nike, or I'll piggyback off of, Budweiser, or I'll piggyback off of a supermodel, right? I'll piggyback off of, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, right? So that's called piggyback marketing. And then this type of content that I'm sharing with you right now, and the one that I'm going to show you on my wall. So go to my wall, scroll down a little bit, and it says your first 30 days in business. You want to watch that video. It will really, really help you to understand social media, how it works, why it works, and really about connecting with people, okay? Now, I'm going to go to my wall here, and I'm going to show you guys a couple of things. Now, what do we got here? This is what I would call a controversial post. Now, don't everybody use the exact same posts that I got going right now, guys. All it does is it deflates everybody, right, in the whole group, right? But use it as an example of what I'm talking about. So this one says, do you approve of hunting, i.e. shooting birds and animals for game? That means just for the fun of it, right? Now, you'll notice here how much interaction has already started to take place. And this is what I'm talking about with people, these are sub chats. Okay, this is what you want. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 comments. It's like a comment within the comment within the comment, and then two people will start going back and forth with it. Okay, so you'll notice here, if I scroll down, the first one was Rob Skinner and Maggie. Okay, and then we scroll down, and then it was Terica and Rob Skinner again, right? And then we've got Marlo, and we've got Carlos, right? So now they've got a chat going on here, right? So that is your goal. That is your goal. In the event that you have something highly controversial, and a couple, 2, 3, 4, 5 people will start chiming in against each other, that thing could go completely viral and give you so much exposure for your brand, because every time somebody comments, this little thing pops up, right? This little thing pops up on the side, having your brand coming up on all these people. Every time somebody's commenting, they get connected back to the post, right? So that is what I would call controversy. This happens to be right here, just really about lifestyle, and it's kind of like social proof. This was a trip that I just made to Las Vegas and to Long Beach. But you can see here, people will actually click here and go through these photos. And some of them are videos. That was the television popping up in my bedroom suite. That was the view from my room. And people will actually go through all of these photos, guys, and they will go up and down an emotional roller coaster. And it's almost like entertainment, right? It's taken through, I've got a tour of my room, right, where I was hanging out at, and some of the restaurants and stuff that we went to. And, you know, you bring people into your life. You bring people into your reality of what's going on, and it becomes entertainment. Guys, we are literally in the business of being in reality television, okay? So the more that you can share with people, right, the more that you can share. This is another controversial post. Are all of these world disasters signs of end of times like prophesied in the Bible, okay? This I know is going to get a lot of exposure, right? Here's chats within chats already starting. I already know, because it's a controversial post, that it's going to get viral exposure, and you can already see it happening, okay? Now, I typically will do these in the event that I put out a post. Now, this one happened to be about a Bitcoin travel deal that we're doing. If I put out a post like this and I get limited number of likes and comments here, I'm going to go into controversy right after that, because all of those people now, if I put out posts after that, all those people are going to see my content. You see how that works? So if Facebook basically goes, oh, well, you know, Tom must want to hear what Darren has to say because he's interacted with him so many times on this post. So let's show Tom Darren's latest post. Okay, that's how it works. That's how it works. So what do we got here? Now, this is targeting our market. What's our market? Our market is personal development. So watch what happened here. The more you hang out with positive people, the less you will tolerate negative people. Look how much response came back from this. There's 121 people, okay? Now, if you follow your own energy within your wall of going up and down the roller coaster and you do it successfully, you will get a bigger audience. If you don't do it, you won't have anybody, because all you got is business, 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 business. We're on social media, which is a lot of reality TV based. It's all about your real life, your real adventures, your real family. And if you go too far over into business, people will start to ignore you. It's like the boy that cried wolf. They won't even pay any attention to you at all. They will literally they'll see your posts and they won't even pay any attention, okay? Now, you want to use selfies, guys. I'm telling you, they get a huge amount of interaction. You can see here there's 217 people, tons of people interacting here down the post, right? Selfies, family shots, you with your children, you out for a bite to eat, okay? Do you find this to be true? The more personal development you do, the harder it is to listen to the story of the victim. It's like fingernails scratching across a chalkboard times 1,000. Now, it's interesting when you read some of the stuff of what people actually say here, because it's very true. Now, you also notice that there's about another 90 or so. This all happened today, guys. Okay, all the stuff that I'm showing you, this is all today. This is all just from putting out a couple pieces of content today, understanding the content formula, not going over top, trying to pitch business, right? But the interesting thing was that I also gave some value to some people, right? Gave some value. I believe that if you make 3 universal deposits per day into other people's lives and provide value to them, the universe will provide, right? So what happened? I did that today. And what happened today? I'm at a $1,345 day on one deal. And on other programs, there was other money coming in as well. And in some cases, just people just sign up, right? Like the person that just did investment of 11,500 or whatever it was, I didn't talk to, guys. I didn't have a conversation with that person. It just showed up, okay? But I believe it's because if you provide value to other people and you truly want, your goal is to unconditionally give from your heart. Okay, don't expect anything in return. Unconditionally give from your heart to help other people, that it will show up in other areas, like like an abundance shower. Okay. Okay. So let's scroll down a little bit here. So what do we got? Selfie. We've got, you can see how much that generated. Personal development. Okay. Now this one just happened to be a little bit about Bitcoin, but see, I can tell by the little tiny bit of response here, right, that I'm going to stick with the other stuff because the business one is not pulling very much here, right? You notice that? It's still going to be there. People are still going to see it. They're still going to read it. They're still going to see that in 3 weeks, you know, these couple of rollouts generated $46,000 in Bitcoin. And there'll be a few people that will reach out to me, but I'm not going to overdo it. You see what I mean? So I'm going to take some time to build up my audience again, right? Without going business, 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 business. I'm going to build up my audience again. I'm going to monitor the energy. And then I'm going to put out some sort of a big promo campaign where I'm going to give a huge amount of value to people on a specific time, maybe pack a webinar, and then talk about a business opportunity on the back end, not the front end, the back end, okay? Now, this, anytime that you share something personal that is a milestone or a personal breakthrough for you, you will have a lot of people chime into that, okay? This just happened to be a situation. Dr. Joe Vitale from The Secret, I just got notification that I'm going to be doing a chapter in his new book, which, I mean, the guy's literally like, you know, one of my idols, like, you know, Tony Robbins or somebody like that. Dr. Joe Vitale is really into quantum physics and manifestation. And for me, that was like a huge milestone. So share any type of success thing that you have, a breakthrough. You know, it could be a mindset breakthrough. You watch a video and you have a breakthrough, something that happened like a, you know, an anniversary event, or, you know, maybe you quit drinking or you quit smoking. Share your victories, guys. People will chime in and they will literally, you know, help to lift you up, right? If you're prepared to enter what I call your naked soul. Your naked soul. Your naked soul is when you just don't give a fuck about what other people think. And this is a post about that, right? Now, a lot of people wouldn't have posted that. If you're reading this, you are fucking amazing, just saying, right? But look how many people chimed in here, right? There's 125 and all of these, you know, interactive comments and whatnot that come down here. So don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to, you know, really speak your truth, the real you, not the fake you, not the person that's trying to pretend to impress everybody or be a certain way or prim and proper. People want to know the real you, not the fake you, okay? So right here, yesterday, your first 30 days in business. Now, I would recommend that you watch that, you know, even a couple of times, guys, because there's going to be a lot of value in there. The journey to success is not a 50-yard dash. It's a marathon, so pace yourself. This classifies here as your personal page, okay? Now, you really want to have a personal development group if you want to make big money in our industry, okay? Now, my group is called Quantum Millionaire, and I use the same formula that I talk about, but I do a little bit more kind of consumer-driven, cool stuff, and I'll show you what I mean by that. This is what you would call consumer-driven, okay? So these things come up on my news feed, but I share them in my personal development group, right? Got kids, this is super cool, right? So if you're a parent, this would be something that you would, you know, probably engage with or find entertainment from because you're thinking about your kids. And I'm connecting you now with the emotion of your children, right? Now, in most cases, guys, just so you know, people love their kids, right? They love their kids. There's a huge amount of emotional state change if I can connect somebody to their family, to their children, or to somebody that they love. Okay, and that's your goal as a marketer. Change people's state. Change people's state. Okay, so there's my trip to Vegas. Jim Carrey right now is coming out with some great content. I put out some stuff about Jim Carrey, a little bit of stuff on Tony Robbins. Okay. My trip. Hold on a sec. Okay, so it's my trip at the airport, right? So I'm talking about, you know, taking people into your real life, guys. Your real life, right? Your real life. This is what I would call a comedy.
What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want? What do you want?
I thought that was pretty funny. You guys probably getting a kick out of that one right now. You know, but these little things, you know, here's something for super cool for international travelers. This is something you speak in, and it translates, and it speaks to the person in whatever language that you got to communicate with them. I thought that was pretty cool. So a lot of this is more consumer-based driven in here, guys. This is my personal development group. Obviously, success, that was 30 days, 118 grand. You know, so this is cool little thing for your cup holders, little glow things. So this has more kind of entertainment factor, more cool factor, because this allows people to be the difference between walking out in public, that would be your wall, right? And then coming into a building. Okay, that's your personal development group. They feel a lot more intimate and a lot more connected to you inside your personal development group. Now, keep in mind, guys, you can have as many groups as you want, okay? But this particular group already, you can see, has generated 4,516 leads for free, okay? And then the wall, you've got two areas here. You've got your friends, obviously it's 4,894, but this is what people don't understand. The more that you put out content, okay, the more that you put out content, the more that you'll get followers. Now you can see here, there's 18,955 followers, right? So that means friends of friends of friends of friends of friends of friends of friends that have hit follow the content. And that's like having a huge, gigantic list every time you do a roll-up, okay? So that's your wall, your personal development group. And then if you want to actually start to do paid advertising on Facebook, you've got to have a fan page, okay? You got to have a fan page, right? Now, this will allow you to be able to boost the posts, okay? Boost the posts. So, you know, this one here as an example, I might be able to, you know, hit the boost button, and, you know, this was just talking about some strategies on, I actually did a webinar to show people how I was going to generate leads. So I used the copy that I just wrote to get people to attend. And then the people that attended watched me make this graphic, post this onto my fan page, and then pay like $50 and go, right? And then they watched this thing actually generate leads. It's really simple, guys. It's really, really simple. So once you really understand that there's only certain basic pain points that people have. They don't want to harass their friends and family. They hate getting rejected. They don't want to generate leads. Even if you gave them the leads, they don't want to close and upsell them, and they don't want to get team duplication. They don't have the money for paid traffic, and they don't have the money for their marketing and advertising or their high-ticket products, okay? So you start to learn how to speak to your Buyers. The buyers are the people that already sold on our business model, just so you know. You will, once you get this, guys, I will tell you, you will never, ever, ever have anybody say to you, is this a pyramid? I don't know, is this legal? I don't know, this looks like one of those scams, right? You will never have that anymore. Why? Because they're already in our industry. They're already sold on our business model. You don't have to keep on selling them or convincing them, right? Right? So, you know, this is now keep in mind, guys, you can't boost posts that have to do with making money, okay? Making money, have income in them. They have to be value driven, right? They have to be value driven. Strategies, an ebook, a PDF giveaway, an interview, something of value that you're providing to the industry. Facebook does not like BizOp MLM type deals. It's right in their policies and procedures. You got to be very careful with the stuff that you write, okay? So, are you ready for Mac 1 in your business? If so, go here, right? So, it was generic, right? It was a generic, right? But I boosted that post. You can see it reached 7,694 people, 369 likes, and it got shared 26 times, right? So these are just a couple posts that I have boosted. This one hit 13,394 people. It was liked 922 times. It was shared 64 different times, and it got some interaction down here. So, you know, this was piggyback marketing. I piggybacked off of Coca-Cola for that one. 267 likes, 41 shares. So, you know, just play around with it, guys. Play around with it. That is your fan page. It's a great way to boost out your brand so that more people are seeing you. And if you know, follow some of the strategies that we use, you know, with some softwares and things like that. We use animation software sometimes to create these fun little commercials. And when other leaders start saying to you or messaging you saying that they've seen your commercial, like this type of stuff here, you know, these are little strategies that we use to be able to get more brand recognition. And when other leaders say, hey, I saw your commercial, you know that you're hitting the right market with a boosted post, okay? So if you're making money, it's a good idea to take a portion of that and reinvest it into your branding, reinvest it into your own packaging, your own stuff that you've got coming out that's going to brand you as the leader. That's one of the things that you'll always notice about myself and Ari and the stuff that we teach is that we really talk about branding you versus branding the company, okay? So remember, when you reach out, touch base, say a quick hello, change their state. Get them to laugh first before you start talking about the exchange and catching up. Your only goal is to pique their curiosity and get out of the way. Okay, back over to you, Ari.
All right, buddy. Yeah, Darren hit it on the head, guys. Look, the more you look like a professional, the more you look the part, the easier it is to execute. I'm just going to tell you that now. If you got a professional header, you got a good Facebook profile photo, you got good content, you're already in the role. And that's the thing. People like to look at pages that people look like they already have the information. So if you guys do that, chances are you're going to pick up followers. They're going to start friend requesting you out of the blue, and you're going to start getting more people and more engagement on your posts. Just reality. And after you've been here for a little while, it's not going to take you long to really start getting to where you're generating 300-400 leads a day. When you could generate 300 or 400 leads a day, guys, I got news for you. You can own something. Okay, you can make so much money it will make your head spin. Okay, the reality is, look, here's the thing. I want to cover a few deals with you, a few little last minute things with you, so you guys understand. But here's the thing, guys. Look, when you come onto the meeting, I want you to have an open mind. Okay, when I talk today about diversification, I'm not pitching you on a program. Okay, I'm not. I'm telling you that you need to diversify, period. Whatever program you choose, you need to diversify. Because if you don't, and a company crumbles, you're back to the zero, okay? You know, we've heard the zero to hero, but how about the hero to zero? Because it happens far too often in this industry. Okay, I'll give you an example. When I came back to this side of the business a little over 3 years ago, it took me 153 days to climb the ladder in a company to make $8,300 and $3,300 a day, $8,300 plus per day, and then the company crashed. I want you to think about that for a second. You're talking about almost $300,000 a month, and the company crashed, disappeared. Here's the cool part. I wasn't broke. I still had money coming in because that wasn't the only program I was working. That's what I'm talking about to you. That's your safety net, guys. The diversification is the safety net. It doesn't matter what you guys decide to do as a team. Go find something that's stable, that's long-term, that meets all the requirements, proof of work, you know, that appears to be stable, guys. Look, you're not going to find a perfect program. If you're searching for a perfect program, the closest thing I've ever seen, just to be brutal with you, is Big Club. It's been here 3 years. It's never missed a payment. People get paid every single day. It's like clockwork because it's in the mining space and it's very stable in their registered mining pool. So you can't deny that they're doing what they say they're doing, okay? It's all documented facts. The reality of it is, though, there is no perfect program. Everything has its glitches. Everything, okay? Find what's as close to perfect for you that you can live with, that also has the minimal amount of risk because they provided the proof of work, and then you can move forward, okay? That's the key, guys. If you do this, you're going to love life. Now, the passive programs like Cryp Trade, BizNet, you know, and there's a few others out there, those things are passive. You're going to get in. Your money's going to work for you. If you're a great recruiter, well, I got news for you. You're going to make a whole hell of a lot of money because you're a great recruiter. But for the people that suck, they're still going to get paid too because they have passive income in those programs. And they absolutely work. I mean, I've been in BizNet for literally almost as long as I've been in Cryp Trade Capital. But you rarely hear me talk about it because I only talk to it about people once they pulled their profit out. Today, I'm sharing with you my insider stuff and how I do it is once people go through, their profit starts to come out, and they're getting ready to withdraw it, I tell them, here's what I would do with it. This is my advice. Today, I'm sharing this with you publicly. Why? Because it's important that you understand the strategy behind what I do and why I'm able to stay ahead of the curve and stay ahead of everybody income-wise. When Darren came here, he would tell you, he literally had no idea how much money I was making. And when I sat down and I started logging his accounts, his eyes were like, what the hell? It was crazy. But, you know, I've had that reaction several times to people when they actually see how much money I really make because, you know, I sometimes don't talk about it. And, you know, like, I'm not one of those people, guys. Look, I'm very humble. You know, I live my life by something I like to call CPR. Okay, so let's talk about what that is. And I want you to write this down, okay? And I also want you to write down this word. I want you to write down entitleitis. See, a lot of people in our industry, they have a bad case of entitleitis. I want you to beware of entitleitis. Don't ever develop that in your business. That's where you plug into a business and you sit back with your feet up and just think you deserve money. Doesn't work, okay? CPR, guys, this is what it stands for. It's an acronym. It says, count blessings, don't compare. Okay, that's directly from Matthew 20 verse 8, okay? Oh, the P is positive perspective. Stop expecting, start appreciating, guys, okay? You always want to actually, you know, stop expecting stuff, start appreciation, you know, appreciating what you actually get, and you want to go to work, okay? Now, remember in life, man, we are a recipient of grace, guys. We surrender our rights and we give thanks for everything that we receive, and we rise by lifting others, okay? We rise by lifting others. And if you guys can follow that little CPR recipe, here's the cool part. You know, you're really going to be giving back to people all the time. You're really going to be helping people. You're going to be making universal deposits just like what we're talking about. It's beautiful, okay? Yeah, like Hugo just said, you know, hey, I just got paid just now. I saw a post here earlier that said no payment. You know, listen, guys, I'm just telling you, the only people out there I know that's going around telling people they have no pay, they aren't getting paid are the people in one of two scenarios. They were in Germany. BaFin, their Financial Regulatory Commission there, basically put out a deal where they basically said you can't do business here in Germany anymore, because they were paying people in dollars and cents and bringing in dollars and cents, and that basically entitled them as an investment there. And now all of a sudden they had some restrictions. So they switched everything to Bitcoin and to Ethereum. They did that to get around BaFin Regulatory Commission. Okay. Same thing happened now just in Italy. They did the same thing for that very reason. That's why they're moving everything to crypto in and out, because it's unregulated in most countries still throughout the world, guys. It allows us to participate in this wonderful opportunity. The second side of it is the people that are out going saying, I'm not getting paid, are the people that are out promoting AFX options, which if you haven't seen on my wall, and I'm going to show it to you right now, is an absolute 100% scam. Okay, it's not just a scam. They took a well-known company that's been around for quite a while, that has a very successful track record. They said, hey, we're part of this company, and you're going to make a lot of money because we're part of this company. But here's the thing. Please be aware that it came to our attention that a fraudulent website called afxoptions.com has been using many websites, blog, as well as Google and YouTube to promote a new project called Big 2017 Project. This fraudulent company, AFX Options Ltd, illegally claims to be part of AFX Group and offers to investors attractive products. AFX Group has no relation to this company and website, and is in the process of requesting removal from the available online source. They are lying and telling people they're part of this ethical company that's been around for a long time. It's a complete sham. They're just here to take money. When you find people like that, you want to steer clear of all those people, guys, okay? You want to make sure that whatever you guys are doing has been properly researched and been properly looked at, guys. That's what we do when we go through this process. And I'll tell you up front, it's not an easy process, because you got owners out there that will lie to you, that will create fake proof, they will do all that stuff. And it's our job to navigate through that as leaders and make sure we find the right stuff. It doesn't mean we're not going to get fooled sometimes, because some people go overboard to put it out there. But as leaders, we dig in very deeply, guys. And just because we join something doesn't mean we stop digging. We've been digging ever since we've joined some of these companies. I still dig into CTC every week, okay? I'm looking for something to go wrong. The same thing when it applies to BizNet. Same thing applies to Big Club, even though I'm friends with the owner of the company. He gets so mad sometimes because I call him and say, hey, what about this? He gets mad at me because I'm always constantly questioning stuff. That's me, guys. That's how I work, okay? The more comfortable I am with something, the harder I can push it, okay? I want you guys to understand that Darren and myself, Madiba, Trinity, there's a few people here that have your best intentions in mind. Sharon or Charlene, you're out here, on the call as well. There's a lot of people here that have your best intentions in their heart, okay? That's their first goal, is to help you. It's not just to make profit, guys. If we were here just to make profit, I'd just go back to CPA and focus in the CPA world where nobody knew who I was, and I made a lot of money just dropping traffic, okay? I mean, price per profit, literally my profit margin is a lot higher than CPA is in this side, and it takes up none of my time, But the reality of it is, this I like because this leaves a legacy. That just makes me money. And to me, it's kind of changed since I came back 3.5 years ago. Everything's changed. I want to see people make crazy money, guys. I want to see you guys get paid, but I also want you guys to play safe, okay? That's why I talk about diversification. Stop worrying when I bring up another company. Stop freaking out over it and just listen to what I'm actually saying until you actually get it. Because once you get it, it makes more sense, guys. It makes a lot more sense. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. Darren, you got anything else you want to add?
No, I think we're good. The thing that I would just want to reiterate one more time, guys, Ari's brought it up, I brought it up, Madiba's brought it up. You gotta work in compression, okay? Compression means you're going to have the most amount of front-end inertia coming through. Doesn't matter if you say I only got an hour a day, but in that 1 hour, you should be connecting with as many people as you possibly can so that you can pique their curiosity and get them to watch the video. Get as many people as you can and let the tools do the work for you. Don't try to know everything and know it all, be it all, do it all, say it all. Use the tools. That's all I got.
Okay, guys, check it out. Before we leave, here's what I want to leave you with. One of the guys we had was supposed to be on tonight. Joseph actually made a trip to the event, and he unfortunately wasn't able to be here, but one of the other guys that went gave us this video. If you guys haven't seen it, I'm going to play this on the way out, and we can all watch it, and then I'll close up. But listen closely, because you're going to hear some great information in this.
Hey guys, it's Ron here, and we are actually in my boardroom in the UK at my head offices, back from Antalya after around 1 week now. Plenty of updates I want to share with you. Fantastic event with Cryp Trade Capital. Marked 1 year of their celebrations. I guess it was their birthday since they went public with their fully managed and done for you cryptocurrency trading platform. Absolutely powerful business, one that has done very, very well for myself personally and many other members on our Cryptonaire team. I really wanted to pull back the curtain now and provide you with a lowdown of exactly what was said at the event, what we saw, the people that we networked with, the future plans of the company. So it was fantastic to actually be with the company, to see how far they have come over the course of the last 1 year, and of course to unite with other investors from all over the world, 25 countries and over 1,000 investors all in one huge conference hall at a stunning golf resort hotel in Antalya. So it's really, really cool, and I want you to see everything that we saw. I want you to be aware of the plans that are on the agenda. So check this video clip out. I hope you enjoy it, and I look forward to connecting with you again very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, it's Ron here, bringing you up to speed with the amazing trip that we had with Cryp Trade Capital in Antalya, Turkey. Let me tell you, absolutely phenomenal event. We get to really learn a lot more about the company, the dynamics of the business, and of course we were there with over 1,000 people at the event, all expenses paid. This was an event to mark the celebration of 1 year anniversary of Cryp Trade Capital since they have been public and in operation. And of course, we had more than 25 countries come together for this spectacular event. I say spectacular because this was an event where no expense was paid. So it was absolutely fantastic to see that a company really looks after its investors. Now, the hotel, to be honest with you, it looked like something out of a movie. It looked like a spaceship. It looked unreal from the outside. It was like a super resort. So it had a number of restaurants, swimming pools, you name it. And this is what I loved about the resort, along with everybody else. You know, it's about living the .com lifestyle. It's about having these perks that really keep us motivated in business. So I think it was absolutely fantastic that the company arranged this on behalf of myself and other investors from all over the world. Like I said, over 1,000 people attended this event. Over 1,000 people qualified for this event, and we were, shown some very, very spectacular hospitality. It was second to none. So my hat goes off to Cryp Trade Capital. They did very well in the management of this event, and of course, by looking after each of the investors, I think that really speaks volumes. It shows that they have a lot of integrity, and it really shows that the company cares for everybody involved in helping them growth and helping them grow in the field and spearhead these sales in the cryptocurrency markets. Now, it was brilliant because I met with many investors, and of course, I flew to Antalya and met one of my partners there, Nick. Nick is from France, another very prolific investor like myself. He's doing very, very well in the business, phenomenally well, in fact, and he's hitting records very, very fast. His account, he was telling me info on his account, and I've seen that as well. You know, he is really, really tearing things up very fast in the business. And, you know, Cryp Trade Capital just plays an integral role as part of his portfolio. You know, he's got other passive income streams also that he leverages. So he's doing very, very well in the business. The event was nothing shy of electrifying. I know it sounds a little dramatic, but this company is one that really wanted to go off with a bang. You could tell this event was spectacular. I love the fact that the company were very transparent. Of course, the CEO was there, Vitaly Ipatov. He was there. He gave speeches on stage also. And I think it's very important that a company of this nature and of this size, of course, they've ballooned massively, Cryp Trade Capital have, just like I said that they would when I first met the company. I met the company, if you recall, around 6 to 7 weeks ago. I met them in Spain at the head offices. And of course, that was when I first met the CEO. So it was fantastic to see him once again, to be front facing at this event. And of course, this is his baby. You know, he incorporated Cryp Trade Capital. This is his vision, I see, with the company. And it's fantastic that we can be all be a part of that vision and help the company grow tremendously, especially many of the emerging markets, the Asian markets, and many of the other territories that they're yet to penetrate. So moving on really with the event. The event it looked like something out of an Apple event. It was to that scale. It was absolutely massive. The conference room that we were in was absolutely huge. And it was fantastic because we had motivational speakers, like I said, partners from all over the world, uniting together. That was the most important thing as well. So there was a lot of power in that room, a lot of entrepreneurs from all over the world with a shared vision to really crush and dominate the cryptocurrency space. So it's fantastic to meet up with many people, you know, share our experiences, and of course, forge those relationships with others as friendships. Like I always say, relationships are key in this industry. They're key to help you get to where you want to be. Most importantly, it's very important that you also help others achieve what they wish to achieve. So you can't ever be selfish. You always want to go into these things with an open mind and network with other professionals who, you know, who may be new to the business, or they may, you know, they may actually even be expanding beyond your results. It really doesn't matter. The point being is that you have people with a shared vision, people with shared knowledge, and you can absorb a lot of that positive energy and just bounce ideas off other investors who are also involved in the business. And of course, you may pick up many, many tips along the way. So really for me, I go for the networking side of things. I think that's very important. And, you know, it's, I guess, these added perks of, you know, having a beautiful suite overlooking the sea, overlooking the ocean. Those are just the added perks that really just, I guess, is the icing on top. So it was fantastic. The company spoke about their expansion plans and the strategies involved. First up, we were in the presence of a gentleman called Bryant Nielsen. Now, Bryant Nielsen, he is actually a blockchain expert. So he spoke about the blockchain technology involved in the industry and how it's really starting to change and adapt massively in the economy. He talked about the how blockchain and Bitcoin and the technology surrounding these digital payments are affecting society as we speak right now. Of course, corporations as well, how they are adopting these digital currencies, and how really, in a nutshell, blockchain technology, Bitcoin, and many other cryptocurrencies are inevitable. This is the trend. This is what we're moving towards. This is how peer-to-peer lending, if you will, or peer-to-peer buying transactionally between each other is just going to really surpass many of the fiat currencies that we're all very much aware of. So he named it as what's called a Bitcoin tsunami. So it's very, very powerful. He gave a very good speech. And he really just added that wealth of knowledge to the investors in the hall so that we can understand more of the dynamics behind blockchain and the technologies that are emerging, and how this certainly is not a space which is sitting still. This is going to, adapt and grow somewhat over the forthcoming months and years ahead. We were then in the presence of the CEO, Vitaly Ipatov. Now, this is a gentleman that I have personally met also at the head offices in Spain when I visited Cryp Trade Capital. Fantastic to see him at the event in good spirits, and of course he's got a lot to be proud about. The company, of course, over 1 year old. This marks a celebration of a company which he incorporated, and it's fantastic to see that his vision is playing out very, very well, of course, with the help of investors like ourselves. So he discussed the track record and performance of Cryp Trade Capital. In the first quarter, Cryp Trade Capital had done over 10,000, or had introduced over 10,000 investors to its strategic cryptocurrency platform, which is phenomenal growth. This is in the first 3 months of the company being or going public. So it shows you that the market was really craving for this. The market was craving for a cryptocurrency solution, a wealth solution, really to help average, ordinary people from all over the world, investors, entrepreneurs, business people, to tap into the cryptocurrency markets and, of course, generate those substantial returns every 24 hours flat. So he had a huge welcome when he came on stage. So you can imagine it was electric, to say the least. He talked about the track record, the performance of the company, the growth that they have spearheaded. At the time of attending the event, after 1 year, the company now have more than 100,000 investors from all over the world. People like you and I who are investing in their future. This is crypto wealth at their fingertips, like I always said. So phenomenal growth, a company of 10x their growth since they first went public. So in 9 months, basically, they have 10x their growth in terms of the number of investors who are now on board. So it's fantastic to see that this company's come a long way, and it's, of course, it's always very, very special to be part of something, collectively very big that we have all helped grow as investors. Later on that day, we also were introduced to the financial analysts. So this event really that I'm bringing your way, I'm condensing the 2 days of this event for you in this video presentation to keep things very concise and consolidated, so I can just really break things down a lot easier for you. So we met the financial analyst and we went over the trading strategies that the company employs. So it was brilliant to see the growth that they're spearheading across many different markets, and of course the cryptocurrencies themselves. They went over numerous growth figures according to specific cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dash, Monero, Neo. And I think that was fantastic that we were able to see the growth that they were experiencing as a company, as a means of them actually targeting these specific cryptocurrencies. So they talked about their profits, the profit percentages also that they were able to secure whilst they were trading these coins. The growth was absolutely exponential. This is a company which truly is at the forefront of global cryptocurrency trading. So it was really, really fantastic to see and reassuring to see that we're with a company that knows what they're doing. They know how to tap into the markets, and they know how to secure massive ROI for their investors every 24 hours flat. So they went through each cryptocurrency and, of course, the returns that were attributed to each coin that they were working on. So we also were very lucky enough to meet somebody by the name of Jill Peterson, or Gil Peterson. Petersil, I apologize. And he is somebody who was actually trained with and partnered with Tony Robbins, motivational speaker, gave a lot more insight really into relationships and how integral and important they are in the network marketing field. And really with any type of business relationship or any type of business that you're growing, relationships are key. Whether you're running a business from home or whether you're running a business from your head offices or you're working for a blue chip company, whatever it may be, relationships are really what make the business tick. So it was fantastic to come across this networking professional, and he really talked about how relationships are key to attain any goals, really by bridging that gap with, between people. Doesn't matter what culture you are, doesn't matter where you're from in the world, relationships are really the catalyst behind every business, especially when growth is a huge factor. I could not agree more. Relationships are key. We were also then in the presence of Vitaly Ipatov once again. He talked about the new plans of 2018 that we are expecting in February, around the February time, around February of 2018. He talked about the company and their plans to actually launch an ICO. If you don't know about ICOs, ICOs are referred to what's called initial coin offerings. Initial coin offerings are basically the route that certain coins or currencies can take before they actually go live in the exchanges. So it looks like these guys are gearing up for perhaps their own cryptocurrency or their own coin. So this is really very, very powerful. And of course, with the market caps in the cryptocurrency markets and with Bitcoin and many other of these cyber currencies now popping around all over the world, you can be rest assured that this market cap is one that you can ride the wave of, especially with these valuations and with an ICO embedded firmly into Cryptrade Capital. We could be taking advantage of another coin which can really, really ramp up in valuation over time. So another income stream which will be available at our fingertips with Cryptrade Capital. Another reassuring element to Cryptrade Capital, and something that investors really wanted to hear about, was licenses are being obtained right now for their trading operations and, of course, for the investments themselves in the EU, Asia, and the CIS countries also. So this is great because it really adds another layer of padding to the legitimacy of this business. And of course, it adds to that longevity of the company. It just really ensures that the company is rock solid, and they can remain to be reputable and professional at all times. Now, something very profound about their mission statement that really resonated with myself also. Fantastic to hear this from the CEO himself and to see this being presented. The mission statement that they had was, "We will become the first link in the world between banks, individuals, and the cryptocurrency world." So I think that's really fantastic. I think it's great that this company has a huge, huge vision. They are thinking outside the box, so to speak, and they are ensuring that the growth of their business is aggressive. They don't wish to just remain, within a small, tiny box within the crypto space. They clearly want to dominate a few avenues within the cryptocurrency arena, which means just fantastic news for us investors here. It really just shows that the company have, some huge plans that we can all benefit from. They talked about some of the trading products, or some of the products of Cryptrade Capital that they are going to be unveiling certainly over the forthcoming months. A lot of what is planned is for February in 2018. So you can be rest assured that the company are working very hard in the background to really on the development of each of these products that are about to be launched as part of their overall portfolio. Now, they talked about the trading platform and how this is going to become a lot more sophisticated. So there's going to be a great deal more transparency that is going to be added so that we can actually pick up on the trades themselves from the actual platform, which is absolutely amazing. So when the returns are actually hitting our accounts every 24 hours, we can actually see how that occurred and what that was the result of. We can see what was being traded, and I think that's absolutely amazing to actually see what is happening pretty much in real time with our monies. So yeah, absolutely fantastic to see that this company is thinking outside the box, and they clearly have a lot of integrity to show us exactly how these returns are being added to our returns. They also talked about the currency exchange. So they're going to be launching a currency exchange within the Cryp Trade Capital platform. I don't really know a lot about this as yet. It sounds to me like they're going to be looking to do something real-time, multi-currency within the actual platform, so that perhaps we can benefit from some fluctuations in the various currencies, the various global currencies, as well as cryptocurrencies. So we're going to have to really see what happens with that. I know that there is going to be multi-currency wallets that are linked directly to our accounts. That is a game changer. To be in a position where the actual wallets that we hold within our accounts can really be offset against other global currencies is fantastic, especially if your localized currency may be in GBP sterling, like myself here in London, or if you're in Europe, it could be in euros. So they're going to find a way to allow for certainly your returns to be withdrawn in your localized currency. So pretty big, pretty amazing. At least that you can see that this company is striving to help each of their investors, no matter which market or territory or geolocation that you may be from. They want to have this cross-border, I guess, movement, this trading within their platform to be borderless. That is amazing. So it's fantastic to see this company is thinking outside the box once again, and they really want to unite the global cryptocurrency investment world, I guess, into one singular hub to allow them to do this effortlessly. They also talked about a decentralized messenger that they're going to be adding into the Cryp Trade Capital platform. Now, the cool thing is with this decentralized messenger, it will actually allow you as an investor to send funds across directly to anybody within your team. That is fantastic, because I think that the platform itself has been craving for this, especially when it comes to helping other investors get started with Cryp Trade Capital. I think it's very important when someone's just getting started out to lend them that helping hand of adding funds to their account. And of course, it's a great recruitment tool, really, especially if you want to land somebody big in your business. You may want to get them started with the first, $500, to join your business. It really doesn't matter, but if you have your own, strategy to incentivize your investors, then of course you can send funds across to them directly within the Cryp Trade Capital platform. So that's pretty cool. And the fact that it's decentralized, well, of course, it's got that added layer of security to each member account within the platform. Cool thing is as well, there's going to be debit cards connected to each account. So, this company is allowing us to secure our returns every 24 hours. And when we are able to profit massively once they're published on the 15th and 30th every month, or when other partners are joining you in the business and investing, once those profits are made available, you can just bang those profits straight across to your debit card, no matter where you are in the world, and you'll have instant access to cash that can be transacted anywhere where Visa is pretty much accepted. And of course, if you wish to withdraw those funds as cash, you can go to an ATM hole in the wall, and you can just take out some raw, sexy cash to pay yourself from your Cryp Trade Capital business. The company are also going to provide us with open trading data. Like I mentioned before, They want to be a lot more transparent about their trades, what they're buying, what they're selling, pretty much as and when it happens. So there's going to be open trading data, which is going to be available to us as investors, so we can see exactly what the company is doing, step by step. We can see exactly what is happening with our investments. I think that is absolutely amazing that the company are doing this. It really adds that a great deal of confidence. It really adds that integrity, and I think it's really going to help others introduce other investors to the company so they too can start to get involved in the cryptocurrency space. Company already also talked about how they are going to be basically they are aiming to become their own exchange. Now, they are themselves right now a trading vehicle for cryptocurrencies. If you will, they're a fully managed platform that allows anybody to tap into the global cryptocurrency markets and pocket returns of up to 1% daily. That is absolutely huge. But right now they have plans to become their own exchange. Becoming your own exchange in the crypto space is like the Holy Grail. It's really a means for them to become deeply embedded in the crypto space. So becoming their own exchange, I guess, would be inevitable if they are aiming to become an ICO at some point. So if they launch their own coin, they may wish to control the exchange that it actually runs through also. That's absolutely amazing, because it means that they don't rely on any third parties, that this is a self-contained network, one that we can just really thrive in. And they clearly have some very, very professional people on board, some experts in the space, and it looks like they're going to become a lot bigger, and they're going to swell to new size compared to what they actually are right now. So very exciting to see. And finally, they talked about their ATM, the Bitcoin ATM machines. As you know, or as you should be aware, the revenues that we generate from Cryp Trade Capital, or the profits that we generate from Cryp Trade Capital on a daily basis, are not solely from the cryptocurrency markets. They are not solely from the trading that Cryp Trade Capital do for us on our behalf. They are also, the returns are also coming to us from the Bitcoin ATM machines that Cryp Trade Capital are involved in already. And they're looking to roll these out a lot more aggressively. They're already in many European territories right now, but their aim, of course, is to roll these out a lot more aggressively. And they are going to be pushing these out globally. So that is fantastic to see that this company is going to be aiming to roll out their own product. So, you know, there's profits that are contributed, obviously, as a result of these Bitcoin ATM machines being pushed out. It's fantastic to see that our returns are not solely reliant upon one single stream that this company is partaking in. They've got many streams of income, and therefore we get to benefit from those streams massively. Another very, very powerful point that they wanted to get across to us, the company are aiming, of course, to secure over 1 million investors from all over the world. How fantastic. So it's absolutely amazing to see that this company does not wish to sit still. They wish to grow rapidly, and they're putting many things in place to allow for this growth to happen very seamlessly. They are seeking 1 million investors at least from all over the world to partake in this company and this huge growth that they're seeing right now. And no doubt about it, they are going to become, at that point, certainly, before that point, they will become a multi-billion-dollar company. Fantastic that we're part of that with a company of this stature, of this size. So some huge things to come here. You know, this is a company which is not sitting still. You can clearly see that this company is one which is pushing out very aggressively. They're taking their business model very seriously, and we all get to benefit from that over the next few months, the next few years. It's very, very, very promising, and I would encourage anybody, if you're watching this business right now, don't keep watching, because there's a lot of momentum that is being built up that you can be part of, and you can be involved in history in the making here with this company. Finally, we had an eventful few days. Things were just phenomenal. It was great to see the company. It was great to meet people on board the company, the financial analysts. It was great to see other blockchain experts also involved in this conference. It was great to see the CEO. It was great to see a number of staffers also from their team who helped out at the event. And we also had an awards ceremony at the event where all partners were recognized for their achievements. And, this consisted of rubies. At the time of shooting this video right now, I am also one of the Ruby partners of Cryp Capital. I'm very, very close to approaching now the next level, which is actually Emerald. So, the business is growing rapidly for myself, but it was great to see an awards ceremony take place where other investors involved in the business are basically realized for their efforts, and they are rewarded for their efforts. That was cool to see. Some giant checks were on stage. Millions and millions of dollars have actually been earned from leaders like myself and others, also from all over the world, from China, from a lot of the Eastern Bloc countries, European countries, a lot of the Asian countries also, of course, Russia, Ukraine, all over the world, Austria. So it was fantastic to, like I said, to unite all these people under one roof and celebrate success together, really. So, all partners were recognized for their achievements, and speeches were given also by members who were called up on stage at the event. Really, the grand finale of the event was a gala dinner that was thrown for each of us investors. It consisted of a live event again on stage. This was done outside in the grounds of this beautiful hotel. It was all, it was a candlelit dinner. It was just absolutely fascinating to be involved in. It was great to be there. And it just united everybody together. It was a star-studded event. There was live events happening on stage, dancers, musicians, really, really cool. This company obviously have a lot to celebrate about, and as do many investors also like myself and others from all over the world. So it's great to be in the presence of many investors and the company once again at this gala dinner, which was basically a sophisticated event, very refined, and it consisted of like a 5-course meal. And it was beautiful. It was a really, really beautiful event, and it was great once again to network with everybody. And there was a cake cutting ceremony at the event where the CEO was also present again and celebrating with all of the investors. So really, that wraps everything up from the event. It was great to see the company once again. As you know, I had met them before at their head offices. It was great to see them at this event 1 year since they have gone public in the crypto space. Many investors have already generated millions and millions of dollars already, not just in turnover, but in commissions also. It's great to be part of a company that is really going places. And of course, it was great to meet and network with many like-minded professionals and entrepreneurs from all over the world. As I said, over 1,000 people were at this event. Fantastic, of course, to be in the presence of my good friend, my very, very good partner, Nick, who is from France, and it was a pleasure to meet him. Another leader in this company, and somebody who's an entrepreneur, prolific investor. And we had a great time together. We had a very, very good laugh with each other. So it's not just all business. We get to actually relax, we get to unwind, and we get to celebrate the success with others and really live the .com life, or live that entrepreneurial lifestyle, which is always very important. It can't always be all go. You need to always take that time where you can get to celebrate and enjoy and reap reap the fruits of your labor. That's exactly what we did. It was great to be in really this aura, this vibe of the company. It was electrifying, and I really mean that, because that's the best word that I can use to really describe what we saw and the presence that we were in. It was just so cool. The event was huge. No doubt, millions was spent at this event by the company just to throw something truly memorable for all the investors, and to thank all investors for their hard work. So it was fantastic. It's great to see that the company has some huge plans ahead. It's business as usual, guys. This is a company which is certainly growing. They have many big plans on the agenda, and they're an innovator in this space. They're a company that are not sitting still. So, be rest assured, if you're watching this video, no matter where you are in the world, and if you're part of our Kryptonair team, be rest assured this company is going places, like I always said. And as an additional stream of income in your portfolio, as a passive stream, this is very, very powerful. We are at the forefront of the global cryptocurrency markets. And with this company, you can see that they are pedal to metal right now. So they're going at things very aggressively, very fast. And we can just ride this wave, guys. This is very powerful. This company has some great plans ahead. Clearly, they are a company that is, they want to excel in the cryptocurrency market. So, like I said, business as usual. And, we can continue to reap these massive rewards, these huge returns every 24 hours flat, generate returns up to 7% weekly from the global cryptocurrency markets. And like I always say as well, this is just the beginning. We're tapping into a fully managed and done-for-you solution. This is the first of its kind, and we are really going to be part of a company which is going to make history. This is history in the making right now, and this can be a multi-billion-dollar company. I'm fairly confident of that. If they can hit these growth figures that I'm absolutely certain they will, then we are going to see a solid run with this company. I believe it is long-term. And I think this is just the tip of the iceberg with what we have here. So as you can see, there's going to be some huge plans ahead with the various products that they're going to be launching and that they're going to add to their portfolio. We get to benefit from these guys. So this is going to be very lucrative and something that you can be very proud of to have your name associated against. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I really condensed these few days that I had at the event as best as I could. There was a lot of information for me to go through, so I felt that this was the best way for me to do this, so I can condense this information across to you in really just bite-sized chunks, so that you can really absorb things easily and start thinking about your next moves of the business and how you are going to benefit, and how your family may benefit, and how you can really share this information with other investors. Feel free to share this video. There's going to be plenty more updates on the way. As always, I like to share a lot with my Kryptonair team. But we have something very special here. And I'm very confident in the company. I believe that this is going to be long-term. And the morale really from many of the investors there was fantastic. Everyone had believed that this was a very successful event. They had a great response from the company, really just to keep us not only on our toes, but I guess to keep us in sync with what their plans are. So nobody felt left in the dark. We felt very much part of the bigger picture here. So yeah, some cool stuff coming. I mean, the ICO, the exchange that they're aiming to become, the Bitcoin ATMs, the decentralized messenger that they're going to be bringing out to allow us to also transfer monies peer-to-peer within their network. Guys, it's really cool. It's innovative. So I am very confident. Of course, I like to leverage multiple streams of passive income. This is just another one in my portfolio. And like with all investments, I would like to add there is always an element of risk. There is no guarantee with this company. There is no guarantee with your investment in securing returns. I want to make that very clear. Act responsibly, and you can certainly achieve great success here. You can certainly create a massive fortune just from this single source of income. But be rest assured that this company is long term. They're going places. Just act responsibly always. Of course, when it comes to investments, I would never want anyone to invest their life away. And do so responsibly. Do so with, of course, do so with confidence. But take very calculated risks. I can only share my experience. I can only share what the company is planning. Ultimately, the next step is really down to you as to whether you wish to invest or not. I believe this company is going to be long term. I believe we've got a solid run ahead with us, with this company. So yeah, it's all good here, all positive feelings with what we took away from the event. Fantastic once again to meet many people, and of course, thank you, Nick, if you're watching this video. I appreciate you greatly. I'm looking forward to us meeting again. And of course, I'm looking forward to meeting many members in our Kryptonair team. Guys, I'm really looking forward to meeting you. I'm looking forward to, sharing a lot more with you when we finally get to meet each other face to face. And that aside, it's, just having these friendships with you guys digitally is always cool, but meeting face to face is just the icing on the cake, so to speak. So I really, really look forward to meeting you, perhaps at the next event. I hope you enjoyed this video. I tried to condense everything from 2 days into a very short clip as best as I could. Guys, have confidence with this company. Believe me, there is a fortune to be made here. Many, many people like myself and others have already done extremely well in the company. As you know, in as little as 3 months flat, I did over $1 million with this company in investments from our team. So this is huge. There is some great earning potential here. The company is not sitting still. They are constantly innovating. They're adding a lot more resource and infrastructure to the company. So they want to be very streamlined, and I can see that with the additional growth that they're aiming to spearhead, really, they are going to need it. So it's, it's great to see that they're going to be going places, and we're going to be with them every step of the way. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you more of an insight into myself, into other leaders whom I work with, and of course, our Kryptonair team. Our Kryptonair team is one which is certainly one which is booming, one where we are changing the lives, really transforming the lives of people from all over the world. Our Kryptonair team is responsible for many, many success stories, and this is just the beginning. There is so much more that is going to be added to our team. Many new updates that I'm going to be bringing your way. Believe me, we are sitting on something very powerful, not just with this company, but with what else I'm going to be bringing your way. Trust me, I've got your back. I'm going to be looking after you every step of the way, and we're going to absolutely crush the cryptocurrency markets. You'll see. Cheers, guys. I appreciate you. If you're not involved with Cryp Trade Capital, get in touch with myself or anybody else on our Kryptonair team. We are here for your success, and we're here to help you get started and carve out a multiple 6-figure or even 7-figure business with this company alone. Cheers, guys. I appreciate you once again, and I look forward to connecting with you very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, guys.